You know that.
No, it's not true. Check 1, check 2, check 3. Let's see. Let's run my close. Check 1, check 2, check 3. Oh, it's crispy. What's that digitally noise? What was it? Last time I had to, like, hold the cable or something? Okay. Is this working? Okay, good. Hey, it's up. I can't believe it. That's good. I don't know quite. There you go. All right. Look at that. We're on. All right. I don't know which channels I'm on, and I don't trust the internet connection here, but I will definitely try. Yeah, totally pro streamer right now. Excellent. And we're just on yeah, okay. So I guess all the normal places are back up now. I just didn't get a chance to name everything. So hello. All right. Well, I guess all of our usuals are here. Then we just why don't we get started? Zoltan. Excellent. I will move that up there. Hi, how you doing? Let me know if this gets a little too crazy. Let's see. All right, so we'll save this. That scene is fine. That's the new scene. It's the new scene. And is this a shot? Do we know this one? Oh, okay, that's just terrible. I don't know what that is. Okay, so we'll move this over here, and then the green screen, and then we'll move this guy over here, and then the green screen will have a thing, and then we'll do a green screen, of course, and then we'll do the thing, and we zoom and pan, and then we take out the picture. I don't want a picture. Transparent pip. There we go. That's close enough. Sure, why not? And then we go to this guy, and we bring the picture up, and then it's kind of a version of what we normally do, a little bit. I'm doing this kind of on the fly, and it'll improve tomorrow. This is sort of the last second drive towards it, but voila! I don't have any of my sound effects on this one, on this computer, so it's, I guess in many ways, it's, it's just its own little mini adventure. All right, we'll take this and we'll scan it down a little bit. No, scan it in a little bit, and we'll move this over here. And then, sure, that works for me. Sound okay? Look okay? All right, this works. Why not? And then the graphics aren't quite up to what we normally have. But, I'm moving this thing around. I'm doing, we're on the road. So I will be, there's a voice delay. Oh, terrific. Let me know if it sounds okay everywhere everyone else is. Fingers crossed. Super. Hopefully that works its way out. Okay, good. All right. So maybe restart your page, like maybe that. There's a voice delay. That's fun. So that I can actually do to solve that. No? Perhaps not. Yes, a bit. Okay. It's okay? That's all right. Okay. All right. It's not bad. It's just a little bit. Okay. Well, that might just be an internet-related thing that I may not be able to handle. So let me back this up, and we'll try and not get any of the song in there today until this is ready to go, and then we'll go. And I think I have it good. We'll see. Hold on. All right. Starting. Here we go. Oh, God, that's loud.
It's a choice between our plan to cut your taxes or even, and I have to tell you, by saying a very big...
Why don't you just... Oh, no.
Speaking of lockdown...
Okay. All right, so there we go, in the middle.
Because 7 days from now, we are going to win this state.
Stated we're going to win
going
4 more years.
4 more incredible years in the White House.
All right, he screwed up that one. All right, so we're starting off well.
Wow. I want to start off by saying a very big...
By the way, whenever he says, wow, and then later on impersonates someone stupid going, wow, because they didn't know something, just saying, some solid projection.
Hello, Wisconsin. And also say this, I have never spoken where I had so many people behind me. I have a whole stadium behind. I want to just thank everybody.
What are you talking about? That's the same size as the stands all the time. Unless there's people. I was like, we're gonna pull back and there's people on the roof. Okay. He is now playing to guys. This is what we're seeing. Yeah, he's on state line. He's slipped over into the UP in Michigan and he thinks he's still in Wisconsin. No, we are now in the point where he's counting on the cameras not looking around. Remember how he goes, they never show you the crowd, they just show 6 people behind me. And then what he's saying now is, I've never performed with this many people behind me. This is exactly the same. Everything's on a delay? All right. Well, sorry about that. Then it's an overall delay on the software and what I'm using. So, hold on. All right. Can you guys hold for a minute and I'll stop down and start again real quick and see if that fixes it? Or do you think it'll right itself? I don't know. It may be horrible. If it really gets aggravating, let me know. All right. Yeah, it's a terrible super spreader event. But notice how he's always talking about how these, like they've never moved the camera. And here, indeed, they move the camera back, and the people are basically the same number of people he always has. But he says, look, I've never had this many people behind me. And maybe it goes left and right, and that's what he's talking about, but not quite. It's ridiculous.
Space, they got a bigger space. Because 7 days from now, we are going to win this state.
He's at the Speedway. They're just most of the crowd is behind you. Okay, so that's the problem. He's talking to the infield, but most of the people were allowed into the Speedway. Oh God.
We are going to 4 more.
Yeah, he's in La Crosse.
Years.
Technically, he's in West Salem, but it's the La Crosse Speedway.
In the White House. Thank you.
Thank you.
This election is a choice between.
Wisconsin welcomes President Donald J. Trump. Okay, all right, cool. That's their graphic in your screen. You know that, right? That's pretty broad. Oh, I see. So he's got people over in the stands over here on the side. That's what he's talking about. Yeah, the vast majority of the crowd is the other way. This is his way of saying, we pointed the camera and we pointed the stage in the wrong direction. So quick, move some people to the infield down here. I'm sorry I'm freezing. It's just the nature of it. I will improve over the next day. I'm in LA, and I'm getting spoiled by my regular setup.
Between a Trump super recovery or a Biden depression. That's what you're going to have with a raise of taxes. The biggest tax increase in our history. It's ridiculous. It's a choice between a Trump boom or a Biden
bust.
Lockdown.
Oh my God. You couldn't even do that right. Jesus, who writes this shit? Look, it's a Trump boom or a Biden bust. No, I'm not on Facebook right now because it won't come up on I can't load the Restream page and it's being a dick. So sorry. I apologize. But in this, the sound quality is fantastic. Well, that's good. But yeah, but the line is, yeah, you can't even alliterate. Who can't alliterate? It's like So the line should be a Trump boom or a Biden bust. I don't want to give him any help again, but how do you not? It took me all of 8 seconds to both think and articulate those two things. And he pays millions of dollars to his campaign speechwriters and everybody. Well, he promises to, I suppose.
It's a choice between a Trump boom or a Biden lockdown. Let's lock it all down. And by the way, speaking of lockdowns, let's get your governor to open it up. Let's get him to open it up. It's a choice between.
Again, he doesn't even quite know what the standards are in each state. They have a horrible spike in Wisconsin right now. They were opening up a little bit, like a lot of places, and then the shit hit the fan, and they had to tighten it up again.
Our plan to cut your taxes, or even, and I have to
right side's drunk.
We've given you the biggest tax cut in the history of our country.
No, that's actually not true.
The biggest regulation cut in the history of our country.
Technically speaking, the Obama administration cut more regulations because they were in for 8 years. But if you want to do the whole in 3 years thing, I'm like, yeah, they've just been butchering everything. This is where you never go hunting with a Trump. Not only will they shoot inedible animals just for the fun of killing something that's special, but when they go to butcher the carcass, what they'll do is they'll mix the bowels up in with the rest of the meat and make everything septic and inedible. Like the Trumps literally had the health and welfare of a village in tribal times relied on them. they would have all been stoned to death or staked in a field somewhere and left for the crows.
And Sleepy Joe Biden, his plan is to raise your taxes at a level that our country has never raised taxes before.
Like, I mean, he's just got to crowbar the exaggeration stuff in.
Somehow that doesn't work too well. Do you agree?
Do you agree? This guy thinks this. Look at this guy, so worried about his taxes. You make $400K.
I don't think so. I've never heard of it before, but that's okay.
Well, one of the reasons why you've probably never heard of it before is because we've never had a deficit that was 6 times that of the previous administration. You see, with the whole,
You can't hear of everything, right?
No, you can't hear of everything. I mean, I think that's a key. That's a line. That's a keeper. You can't hear of everything. That old chestnut.
Somehow that doesn't work too well. Do you agree? I don't think so. I've never heard of it before, but that's okay. You can't hear of everything, right? All my life I've watched people want to cut taxes.
You can't hear of everything. Woof. Jesus Christ. Hey, you can't know it all when you learn something new every afternoon. If you do, you've heard that. I mean, it's like that old phrase, you learn something new every time you don't know something that you didn't know. I mean, how do you not know baseline colloquialisms?
He's running on a basis of let's raise everybody's taxes.
Is that what he's running on? That's his whole, is Biden, I thought he was running for the soul of America is kind of the whole storyline that they're doing. But you're saying the crux of the entire campaign is let's raise taxes, rah, rah, rah. That's weird. Then why are the Wall Street guys all going, Jesus, I hope Biden gets in. I hate the idea of he's going to raise taxes, but at least he'll stabilize the markets and we'll know what the fuck is going on day to day.
Next week, Wisconsin's going to answer the call of history. Once again, we had a great victory here. Didn't we have remember that?
No, you had a hair-thin victory. It was not that big a deal. And a bunch of people who sat out last time because they're like, what's the difference, have learned their lesson.
4 years ago.
Didn't you know everybody makes $400,000 a year? That's a good point. Touche. Touche.
He said Donald Trump has won the state of Wisconsin. It's been a long time since Republican did that, but we're actually much higher now than we were then. We have a campaign that's actually more enthusiastic, and that was, I would say, that had
Okay, first of all, he has the sniffles. I don't know if we're talking about, like if he's going to be a long hauler and that's what we're seeing.
Number one in history for
He's stuffed up. And by the way, have you ever heard Donald Trump with post-nasal drip? Mainly because I don't even know that the inside of his nostrils actually contain any flesh anymore after all the snorting he's done.
Ago. But you know what?
But if I do say so myself.
It's going to be the most important election in the history of our country.
I agree, but not for the same reason you think. I mean, to him, it's because he's going to go to jail.
What's happening? The radical lefts. And you go...
Oh, the radical lefts. Great. Now there's plural. How many am I supposed to keep track of? All these radical lefts all over the place. Oh, I can tell this one's going to be a long one.
To defeat Biden and dark money donors and corrupt special interests.
Yeah, the corrupt special interests. Like the United Auto Workers and teachers and shit.
The most important issues...
The radical left local 666. That's right.
Election is law.
Honey, if there's one more left, we'll be going in the direction we were going before. At some point, we've done so many lefts, we're right.
Hi, Susan Sarandon. All right.
Law and order. We say it. Law and order.
We don't mean it, but we say it.
Joe Biden and his party incite violence and hatred against our police officers.
And in a couple of minutes, he's going to suggest that Biden's going to get shot, right? Is that where this is going?
We're not doing that. No, we're not doing that.
No, we're not going to. No, we could. It's a choice. Maybe we would. I don't know. Do you feel like it? Should we?
Remember the debate, the first debate? I said, which one did you like better, the first one or the second one? He says both.
This guy says both, because I was in both of them. What?
That's a fan. He said, man.
That's a fan.
man is there. Well, that's a fan. He said, my man is there. Yeah. Did anybody see the last one?
Yep. What? My man is there? Is he going to go out there and kiss all the big strong men? Jesus Christ, people. Yeah, this is polling the crowd. Yeah. I don't know we're getting into, he's a little drunk. And when he gets drunk, he gets very kissy poo.
Jesus, both. That's a fan. He said, my man is there. Yeah. Did anybody see the last one? Anybody?
How are the people in the audience not going, yeah? What? What's he saying? What?
Watching? Seems to have had a very big impact. We learned a lot about him. He's, number one, he's against oil, gas, probably likes wind, but wind is very intermittent. Let's watch the
You do realize where you are, right?
president tonight on television. I'm sorry, darling, the wind's not blowing. Last night, Philadelphia was torn up by Biden.
Yeah, someone needs to explain batteries to Trump at some point, and storage facilities. Maybe I'm just going to go out on a limb and say Jared, since he is an android and he does have to recharge every night.
Supporting radical.
I'd take that back. That was not fair. That is not fair to say that Jared has to recharge every night. We all know he doesn't use rechargeable batteries. They throw out and get fresh batteries every day just to pollute as much as they can.
30 police officers, Philadelphia police officers, great people. They were injured, some badly. Biden stands with the rioters, and I stand with the heroes of law enforcement. And you know what? They can
No, he doesn't.
do their job very easily. Just let them do their job. The Biden.
What's their job? I mean, this is really what it's about. I mean, their job is to protect and serve.
Harris plan would end cash bail. You know, they want to have cash
Explain cash bail.
bail, so everyone just walks around, no matter what they do, ends cash.
That's what cash bail is, guys. In case you didn't know, legally speaking. I mean, it might be a little kind of legalese mumbo jumbo. If you've watched as much Law and Order as the president and I have, obviously he skips SVU. It makes him uncomfortable. I don't know why that is. Anyways, all right, sorry.
Cash bail, freeing four.
Yeah, just legally speaking, what cash bail means is that people can just walk around doing whatever they want to do. Okay.
100,000 dangerous criminals. It would slash police budgets all over the country.
Why would it release dangerous criminals? Isn't that a factor for judges? Oh, God. Yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. I don't have my normal tech stuff to look at during the chat. I can just see the chat in kind of a big lump. So we're going the honor system today. You guys can just help me out, bits and stuff like that, and keep me track there. And then you can always, I don't have my Venmo up, but you guys have it. Anybody who's done it before can do it again. It'll show up on my watch, I think. I hope. I don't know. I don't trust anything that's actually happening out in this. I'm in the rehearsal space, so it's a little touchy. All right, here we go. Get back up there. I'm not going to. By the way, I'm just saying, look at the money right side's making. No pressure.
It would tie the hand.
They have like 15 people working on their show. And I would put my quality of programming up, especially the wit involved, up against theirs. Will there be handjobs?
Of every police officer.
There's no tip jar on this one either. Although, is there? Hold on. I don't think so. Maybe I can add it later. I'm sorry if I don't have it. I'll add it after this show. I'll have it tomorrow. Sorry about that. Sorry.
The country, and they would appoint anti-police prosecutors in every community.
Yeah, that's the goal. Anti-police prosecutors. Maybe pro-police prosecutors who want the good cops to be protected from the evil, racist guys who were kicked out of Desert Storm and the Iraq War and went to work for local police departments and are planning some sort of big racist uprising. Maybe get rid of those guys and help the real cops. All right.
America. I don't think that's for Wisconsin. We know each other well. Biden is soft and weak and too scared
Obviously, never partied in Wisconsin.
to be president. He doesn't want to be president, let's face it.
He doesn't? Well, shit. Somebody better break the news to him because it looks like he's got the job. He doesn't want it. Trump is going for the he doesn't want the job attack angle. What?
You know, you got his bad body language here. There's a lot of bad body. His man knows body language better than any man I know. That's a lot of bad body language from Joe. You know, he got out yesterday.
What? 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 What is that? All right, I don't know what the bad body language from Joe is. Yeah. Wait.
You know, you got his bad body language here. There's a lot of bad body. His man knows body language better than any man I know. That's a lot of bad body.
Do you think he good? What is that? What is that? Did he bring like Dr. Pudpuller with him? The guy that he's been complaining about? You know, Dr. Vitty Boombass? Dr. Jellyfinger? Body language. That's what you know. You know, it's we've tried to pitch Biden as corrupt, as son's a criminal. We've tried to throw that he's basically a leftist psychopath who hates the cops or whatever. None of that is working. Wait, I know. I've got the perfect attack. His body language might be mildly off-putting. But doesn't that cut against the whole Sleepy Joe thing? I mean, you can't exactly be sleepy and have... All right.
Body language from Joe. You know, he got out yesterday. You saw that? Because we're making speeches all over Pennsylvania. And he got out, and he got out of Delaware, and he said, what's the closest point to Pennsylvania? It was just a few minutes from his basement.
They're laughing a little too hard. They're trying to cheer him up. I think we may have actually heard our first official laugh track where they're not paying for the good laugh track anymore. And what we're actually hearing is genuinely, not post-production, but a live synthesizer. Listen to the laugh on this one.
He said, what's the closest point to Pennsylvania? It was just a few minutes from his basement. And he went and made a speech, and that was a mistake.
Honestly. Serious. Guys. Come on. Okay. Yeah, you want to pump up the volume? Okay, so so you guys can hear him a little better. I'm not kidding. That sounded like a laugh track. I don't know that anyone...
Because to Pennsylvania, it was just a few
on and off. Listen to
this. Basement. And he went and made a speech, and that was a mistake because they had to take him off the stage because he didn't know where the hell he was, right? That didn't work out too well. No, because he had a lid, like a garbage can. You put it in the can. It's a lid. It's called a lid.
Seriously. Am I wrong? Yeah. That was like a bad photoshopped Q meme. Yeah. Seriously, that sounds like a laugh track. That is a laugh track. Like, it's almost the same each time. Holy shit. How in the world? And it's because it's...
You got his bad body language here. There's a lot of bad body.
So there's some laughing and there's a little bit going on. And then...
This man knows body language better than any man I know. That's a lot of bad body language.
So there's some real noises. That's some real people going woohoo or saying something over on the right-hand side of to our right, his left. And then this.
Language from Joe. He got out yesterday. You saw that? Because we're making speeches all over Pennsylvania. And he got out, and he got out of Delaware, and he said, what's the closest point to Pennsylvania? It was just a few minutes from his basement. And he went and made a speech, and that was a mistake because they had to take him off the stage because he didn't know where the hell he was, right? That didn't work out too well. No, because he had a lid, like a garbage can. You put it in the can. It's a lid. It's called a lid. but he doesn't want to be president. One thing about this job, you got to want it.
Holy shit. I'm not kidding. They did 2 hits of it. They thought they couldn't go back for the same point in a row. Yeah, the Laugh-O-Meter 3000. Seriously, look, wait, I don't know that I have no, I don't have a laugh sound effect. But I bet you if we looked, I bet you anything, if we went and looked, we would find the exact sample. Somebody get on that. Go look up like laugh tracks free on YouTube, and I guarantee that what we just saw is friggin' in there. I made a clip of it saying it was a stand-up routine a few days ago. Definitely sounds like a laugh track. Yeah, it's called a lid like a garbage can. Like, dude, you call lids. I'd bring up the screen, but I can't bring up other screens or I'll crash the whole goddamn thing. Tomorrow I'll be able to bring up screens here. I think I'll chip away at it, or I'll go to the actual rehearsal space and lock myself in away from where there's no one else using the internet at all. Yeah, it's super weird. It's the laugh track from Charles in Charge. Chachi loaned it to him. That's right.
Scott, you got to help me out here, buddy. I know you can't punch up jokes because you've become a humorless asshole, but, which is why I keep you around, good people. But, folks.
This is West Salem, Wisconsin. Yeah, this is today live.
You gotta want it. This is tough. And doing this, I don't usually say it, but I say it. Doing this.
Okay, so there's somebody there making people yell 4 more years, and they're definitely piping people in to make it look like a giant crowd. Again, his whole idea that there are suppression polls, that nonsense, kind of doesn't work when you're saying we're doing just fine and there's a lot of people here and you're bringing more people than are actually there. Yeah. But those things they can cue. They can't cue people to laugh because it'll be a dead giveaway. But it's okay for the campaign cheerleaders to do this. He's using a showrunner. He absolutely is. Good point. So the audio feed, holy shit. So they're getting the audio feed probably from the board, right? Right side's probably getting their own feed that they get the tap from the campaign. And it matches because there's only one mic up there. So that means they're in charge of the feed. Like, where do I point it? There's just one microphone. So all the people following this are getting a pull from that, which means somewhere along the way, the showrunner is throwing in laughs. They are padding the energy of the crowd because he didn't. Sometimes I've noticed he doesn't react when people laugh, and it seems a little dead, and it's weird. Maybe it's on a delay, too. Yeah, I don't... Oh, the whole feed, you mean? Yeah, I don't doubt it. Although usually they go straight in. We'll watch at the end, because sometimes they'll clip in as they go to him dancing, and then they go back to their people if they pull from the feed and switch. But it's got to be on the same... They got to be getting the same image. So they're feeding it directly. Yeah, just super weird. Oh, the new on YouTube, yeah, go to Halsparks.live. That should take you if you're looking for YouTube. So Mark Burnett's cueing all these people. This is all the mechanics of it, and they're feeding a laugh track in there.
And unlike Biden, who's made...
Look at
that. Fortune in politics.
See, like, regular crowds, honest to God, if they're that fervent, if they're that excited, are not going to go, cut. Like, this looks like a show. We are watching a traveling show.
What a fortune. The press is not allowed to write about that, though.
Sorry, not allowed to write about what? I was talking over his blather.
And unlike Biden, who's made a fortune in politics, what a fortune. The press is not allowed to write about that, though.
No, he's released 22 years of his frigging taxes. He's lived in public the entire time. People know where he lives. Nobody. Do you think the Obama administration would have taken on Joe Biden if they were like, oh my God, he's totally like.
Biden made a fortune. You know what? This has cost me billions of dollars. And
Boo-hoo.
I could not be happier because we have.
Then it hasn't cost you billions of dollars. Then you're counting on it paying off after you leave office for billions of dollars if you avoid jail.
Done things that nobody else could have done in the first.
Yeah, there's not one homemade sign anywhere in there. There'll be a couple, but there'll be sheets, and they'll match other ones we'll see at other places. And by the way, there's a shit ton of these people that go to all the rallies, especially the ones in the area. So there's a whole network of Trump fans that are, go to Wisconsin, Illinois, Michigan, Minneapolis, or Minnesota overall. They drive to those things because they don't have anything else to do. I mean, that's the one upside, I suppose, to a pandemic for people who are, deadheading around. But yeah, it's the ungrateful dead, right?
3.5 years. There's been no administration that's done what we've done in the first 3.5 years with our
That's true, not in a good way.
military, with our vets, with regulations, with cutting taxes.
Okay, just speed through the whole speech. Just get the shit through. You know what I mean? Just hit the points and split.
Biden's
We're going to hear this 4 times.
made the most liberal member in the U.S. Senate.
Now we're going to hear about how Kamala, and he doesn't say her name right, and then you're going to kill him. And okay.
She makes Bernie Sanders look like he's a conservative.
Yeah, so I don't understand all these people like Biden's not my first choice. I was more of a Bernie person until Kamala came on the scene, and she's way left of Bernie, and I love those policies, but she is black, so I think I'll vote for Trump. Like, who is that nut? Like, yeah, it's not that huge a crowd. They're just all behind him. And by the way, this goes in line with our theory that this is Mark Burnett running the show, and that he's brought on a bunch of people just like the RNC to show run this entire thing. His complaint was they never see the crowd. It's always, they don't pan back. So Mark Burnett is making it like, well, we'll just put them all behind you. So if they get a wider shot, they'll see a lot more people instead of just little stands. This is, this is, we are all seeing showcraft.
Even urged their supporters to donate to a fund to bail out rioters in Minneapolis where they had such problems until the National Guard went in.
And watched everybody go home?
They stopped it. Would you say that was about, 22 minutes? It was all over. Including an attempted cop killer. They wanted to bail him out. The policies will set cop killers free. We believe if you...
No, it won't. No, it won't. There's first of all, there's nobody that ran. Nobody in the entirety of the 22 people that were running as Democrats who were like, we just got to let cop killers out. They're just misunderstood. Like, it's cartoonish. It's stupid. I mean, and if they're falling for it, like anybody who's there, like, yeah, they totally want to, they have to be full on cues to believe that shit. But in the meantime, it doesn't register as feasible, even with the people there. Like, they're like, oh, okay, whatever. But the idea that Biden is the guy that really wants that, like, especially when he's on the record multiple times, he's like, we support peaceful protests. We don't support rioters or people or looters or people who destroy businesses. Most of the businesses that are getting destroyed are black businesses. Why the hell would we want that done to what is largely a huge constituency of the Democratic Party? Like, it's, yeah. Yeah. Hold on. Wait 1 second. Did somebody say something? I'm losing track of this. There's the... Okay. All right. Now I can get the whole thing up. I'm going to take time to... Q is for... What? I don't know what that is, but whatever. All right.
Murder a police officer, you should get the death penalty. And I know you're a state that believes you murder a police officer.
The beliefs... Yeah, most of the time that's what happens. Yeah, unless there's extenuating circumstances, that's a pretty easy death penalty. Because the idea is that if you're willing to kill a cop, killing a citizen is just easy peasy. If you don't fear killing a police officer, then what would stop you from shooting a bunch of children or whatever? But yeah, this is the pro-life argument. This is their Amy Coney Barrett Old Testament stuff.
You saw a month ago the 2 young officers sitting in a car, and the guy comes up, now you do that stuff and you can't get away with it. When the violent mob came to...
Everybody's like, yeah, no shit. The whole place is like, yeah, of course you don't get away with it. No one is suggesting that you can shoot 2 cops while they're sitting in their car. Yeah, it's in Wisconsin. He's in Wisconsin. U.S. official just tested positive after a trip to UK with heads of countries. Great. Super.
Kenosha. Do you know Kenosha? Everybody know Kenosha? Biden.
Okay, asshole, you're going to pick a town, and you're not going to realize that they have a feud with the football team or some shit. Like, this asshole will go to Lexington, Kentucky. If Kentucky was a swing state, he'd go to Lexington and go, we were just in Louisville, great place. Or he'd go to Louisville and go, Lexington is awesome. And all the, like, Cardinals and Wildcats fan would just boo back and forth, and he wouldn't know why.
Opposed sending in the National Guard. We send in the National Guard, and we say...
The National Guard? Jesus Christ.
Kenosha. We saved Kenosha. Kenosha wouldn't be standing like...
Yeah, Kenosha would have been burned to the ground.
And I got a lot of credit. Thank you to the sheriff and so many others for their support. They've actually came out...
They support us for all the credit I deserve.
Supported me. Thank you very much. Where's the sheriff? Is he around here someplace? What a hell of a show. Thank you very much.
Whoa. Major slurring going on here. Where's the sheriff? Where's the sheriff? Where's the sheriff? We're getting into, like, United States zone.
Others for their support.
Listen to
They
this.
actually came out and supported me. Thank you very much. Where's the sheriff? Is he around here someplace? What a hell of a show. Thank you very much.
What a hell of a shelf. Sheriff on the Shelf. It's a Christmas thing in
That's
Wisconsin.
great.
Yeah, it's in West Salem.
I appreciate, too. And it's the first time you ever did it. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Fantastic.
Yeah, I'll give you a hand job for that one. He got a free hand job.
Good man. Good man.
But as good as the guy next to him who man is. Hey, Gonzo.
Generations to build the America that
Sudafed and Adderall is not a great combo, Drywood Geek. It is not. This is a PSA against the mixing of those 2 chemicals.
we know and love. But if the radical left gained power, it would take them only a matter of months to burn it down, tear it.
Yeah, that's the leftover business from the Obama-Biden administration, was all the burning. We just never got around to it. I mean, it is the easiest thing in the world is to set fire to shit, building things like the ACA, for example, or the Recovery Act. That's hard. But burning shit, you got to get a good lead up. They just never got a chance to burn everything, and now, Jesus Christ.
Down or destroy it.
Benny Loco says, I'm the radical left. Yeah, but which one? There are so many.
The only one standing between you and the left-wing mob. I hate to tell you, there aren't too many of us, but we're standing in your Second Amendment.
There aren't too many of us? What? Okay, I think he was going for I'm the only one, and then was still in the us pronouns. Jesus.
And many other things, right?
No, I don't know what the shit that is, Sleepy Don. What's up, Drowsy Donald? What the hell? Listen to this whole chunk.
Only a matter of months to burn it down, tear it down, or destroy it. I'm the only one standing between you and the left-wing mob. I hate to tell you, there aren't too many of us, but we're standing in your Second Amendment and many other things, right? Biden.
Yeah, and many other things. Yeah, I'm here to defend the Second Amendment, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and other bullshit you like that if I don't say it, you won't vote for me. Good shit. This is terrible.
Not only declared war on police,
Warm police. I hate warm police. I mean, it's nice to snuggle once in a while. You find a nice lady officer who, she puts you in a good, big, warm police. Warm police. Warm police.
Biden has not only declared war on police, it really is. My father told me.
Yes, Biden declared. Ladies and gentlemen, come on, man. We like warm police. Ladies and gentlemen.
Don't use the word cops, because the word cops, that's a little slang. Always call them police. So I never use it.
Jesus Christ. He just got told this. He said, oh, shit. This is a situation where he's like, cops do this and cops do that at an event. And so his people, trying to get him to stay on message, had a sit down with him. And a sit down, not sit down. That's different. That's That's the city which I'm broadcasting from. No. They had to sit down with him like, okay, it's better across the board if you say police. Police officers, don't like the term. The term cop is often used by the other side to determine them, to name them, to give them a pejorative name, and cops. So we police officers, or police or officers, or however you want to, No, I'm wearing a zip-up jacket, and I'm doing it. I'm not wearing a suit jacket. We haven't dropped that far. Once I start in 10 years when I'm doing like Keith Olbermann bits, and you guys are still with me, then I'll wear a suit. Is this the voice and video? Yes, the voice and video are a bit off. I apologize. I don't know quite why that is. So I'm trying my best. There's not much. Let me see if it's not going to be as good. But can you guys hear me okay? Is it delayed now? It won't sound as, I can't tell. I think it's the dibbity-doo, and it takes me a minute for the, Yours is fine. Hi, say what? No. I'm in the bottom of a tin can. Right. Okay, maybe if I do that and then I edit to this, and it might tighten it up. Perhaps? All right. Okay. Nope, then that wasn't it, and I think it's, your kung fu's no good. Teacher! Thank you. All right. Still a delay with some people. It seems to be a Twitch thing, maybe. It's a little tighter. Sounded fine before. Okay, cool. All right, so maybe it's different people's stuff. All right. Refresh your page, everybody. But this is what he's saying, is that somebody they keep having interventions with him, and I don't know why he's wearing the OJ gloves. I don't know. Don't get me started.
I got these gloves from the Kardashians. They had them laying around. I was like, they're little, I don't know, there's something crusty on them, but they were free, so.
But sometimes it's not bad. Sheriff, let me ask you, cops or police, or doesn't it matter? If it's done with the heart, who cares, right? Right? If it's done with the heart. So like I said.
No, asshole. That's not what he said. You're excusing your mistake.
He declared war on the cops.
No, he didn't, and that's not funny. And what the hell are we going to get a laugh track on this one? This is weird. This whole thing. Watch this.
Is it? I see cops, but sometimes it's not bad. Sheriff, let me ask you, cops or police, or doesn't it matter? If it's done with the heart, who cares, right? Right? If it's done with the heart. So like I said, he declared war on the cops, and it's not working out too well.
That was hilarious. They didn't even risk the friggin' laugh track on that one. Christ. This is awkward. Like, we've seen a couple of these where they're a little odd, but this one's like, these people are cold. So they're not comfortable. So they're not just like, hey, let's hang out. Like, once you get up into the cold states and it starts getting to a cold snap, they're like, yeah, say the shit we want to hear and let's get the hell out of here, bruh. And they're not. He's not. He's just rambling. And they're like, well, he's warm. Like, oh, God.
Cops. And it's not working.
Sorry, my lips are dry.
Out too well. You're going to see something. You're going to see a giant red wave on Tuesday.
Yeah, so that's we'll listen to that scream. Let's hear if we hear that exact scream in that exact pacing and in that exact intonation multiple times.
You're going to see
okay. Listen to the whistle. Listen to the whistle in the back of this. So there's a difference between real crowds whistling and being ready to whistle and people who are either primed to do it or a track. Listen to this.
You're going to see something. You're going to see a giant red wave on Tuesday. You're going to see
like that. Watch for that coming back again. That whistle. Like that. Way buried.
They've never seen before, and they saw a very big one. I'll tell you what, they got a glimpse on 4 years ago, because I remember they said, where did these people come from?
Where did these people come from? Holy shit.
Come from. They're great Americans. They don't want anything. They just want that level playing field. And they came out and they voted. And this is going to be bigger. This is going to be bigger. And they know it. They know it. They know it.
Are we gonna? He's. Oh God. He's tanking. This is not a good set. This is pretty shitty. This is really bad.
Don't like to report it. They see what's happening.
He got a few automatic boos when he pointed at the cameras, but
they see what's happening, Mike. Don't.
I want to see the camera swing to Chuck Berry hitting the gong. Yeah.
They get it. It's going to be very big, and it's going to be beautiful. And it's probably going to start. It doesn't have to start on Tuesday. It can start earlier, early voting. You want to be there. You know these ballots. You see, was I right about the ballot?
Jesus Christ.
It's messed up like you wouldn't believe. Now they say, we'd like to get the ballots and maybe get them within a few days of the election, and we'll take 10 days to count them up. Oh, good. Let's let the whole world wait while you count your ballots. And you know what happens while they're counting them? They're dumping more ballots in there, okay? Where did they come from?
The mail.
No, they have to. We had a great ruling right here. We had a great ruling, right?
Okay, same sound, crowd sound.
That yesterday, Supreme Court.
By the way, hear the audience go like, woo! And nobody's moving their hands. Like, none of the people behind him are moving. They're all just holding their signs the same way. Like, no one is reacting. These crowd swells.
No, we had a great ruling, right? Got that yesterday.
One person moves
Supreme
theirs.
Court said
The rest of them are like, meh.
Date. It's called November 3rd. That's your date, right? But Sleepy Joe declared war on American workers, and Biden spent the last 47 years outsourcing your jobs. You got hit hard. Opening your borders. You don't have borders. You don't have a country.
Yeah, friggin' Canadians, man. They're always trying to get in here. The Wisconsin, I mean, at this point, he's going to have to dig so deep, we're going to hear about specialty milk again. Honest to God.
Sacrificing American blood and
Some people talk about specialty milk. I don't even know. Is that goats or soy? If it comes from the heart, does it matter?
In endless, foreign, ridiculous wars, countries, most of you, including even most of the people, they never even...
Most of you and most of the people have never even heard of? You mean Iraq and Afghanistan? He means African countries. He's referring to our soldier that was murdered in Nigeria.
Of these countries, we're bringing them all back home. You know that, right? They're all coming.
Like, I just called you guys ignorant and about geography. Give me a round of applause.
Back home. Afghanistan, Iraq.
You know, countries you've never heard of. We've been in war there for 20 years, but who?
Keeping some in Syria. If you don't mind, we're keeping the oil. You know, they should have done that. They should have done that with Iraq. Remember, I said, don't go into Iraq. But if you go in, at least keep the oil. We didn't keep the oil. Biden was a cheerleader for that.
That's like, honest to God. That's like, you should only save someone from drowning if you can cop a feel while you are dragging them in. Like, to use a Trumpian analogy. You know. Christ.
After China's entry into
I mean, never, if you can't really grab a woman by the breasts, what's the point of giving her the Heimlich?
World Trade Organization, he repeatedly tried to slash Medicare and Social Security.
No, he didn't.
He's a shill, in a sense, for foreign countries. You got to take a look at this guy's record.
Yeah, I have. A shill.
Of course, right now, he has no idea where he is. So that's a tie.
Well, there's our laugh track again. Hold on.
Of course, right now, he has no idea where he is. So that's an entirely different problem.
Holy shit. Oh, sorry. Oops. I'm sorry if the sync is an issue here. Wish. Hey, check. 1. There's like a slight delay as it's going in. Let me check something. Perhaps. I know this is dumb. But just in case. This computer is way slower than the one I normally use. This is the old computer. So I apologize if there's an issue. I'm going to chip away at it as best I can. But in here, let me try this. And then go over here and go down. And oh, there's a software update that hasn't been done on this one. I swear to God, I'm going to... Why? All right. Where'd it go? And my system software disappeared. There it is. Okay, sorry. Sound. Let's go to sound. And then we'll switch over just so that the whole IC. USB audio codec. Should be doing the input. USB audio codec. Check 1, check 2. Okay. Now, maybe. Is that better? Did that fix it? Have your producer do it. You bastards! Patreon, assemble. We can't even get a producer till we hit 500 patrons, and we have to keep them going to do that too. So there. Is it better? Nope, not yet. Oh shit. Is it basically the same though? It didn't get worse? Let me see. Check it. 1, 2. Looks and sounds okay. Hey! Oh shit. Fine on Periscope. Okay, it's improving. All right, there we go. Is there a sync option? No, there is not. All right. Reload your page. I want to hear what this woman is yelling, and listen to this. See what I mean? See that? That's what I'm talking about. That was, they are padding it. No audio? Oh, no. Oh, you don't hear the, says right. System audio. There we go. So output. There we go. Check 1. All right, this should do it, I hope.
Problem. That's a very big different problem, but who the hell, look, we have to say it like it is. Hey, we have the greatest country in the world, and we have potential like no country has, and we can't play games.
We can't play games? No? All right.
Can't play games. We can't, and besides that, he's not a nice guy. Okay, just so you know.
This is the whole, like, God damn it, I have to say, we're going to get back to normal because he's winning the normal game, and everybody likes him, so I got to pretend he's not.
Never a nice guy.
Yes, I'll be on Facebook tomorrow, I promise. But
better.
While you're at
He's
it.
a nice guy.
But whoops, quit it. While you're at it, subscribe on Twitch if you have Amazon Prime. What did who yell? That the woman? Hold on, we'll back it up.
Games. We can't, and besides that, he's not a nice guy. Okay, just so you know, he was never a nice guy, so I feel better. If he was a nice guy, I wouldn't say it.
They're just yelling USA. These folks. That's super odd. Oh, thank you, Psychedelic Mess. Frustrated Mess. Oh, Pod Guy needs to talk to me. Uh-oh. What time is it? 4:58. Did you just do that? Did you just say it? Hold on. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Pause for a second. Emergency. 1 second. I'll be right back. Play amongst yourselves. Just stare at his face. Okay, sorry guys. Hi, sorry. Ran off. Now we're good. I'm back. Hello. Welcome. Hi guys. Whew, sorry. Having a moving a bunch of gear. So, ta-da! I'm back. So we have a pod being delivered, and they need to put it in the. They need to put the. I don't have a laugh track. I do have this. Hold on. Thank you. Thanks very much. Totally organic. But yeah, so the in theory, anyways. Why is this guy all being weird now? So they may have to come and grab me again for 1 second, but I have one of those giant pods arriving. Yes, and they do have pod bay doors. So don't get me started. Oh God, the number of jokes. Hal, you were right. The applause track is looped. It is totally fake. This is, 100%. This is, yeah. I have unrest in Philadelphia for second night. National Guard on the ground. Oh, great. I'm taking stuff out of storage, Gonzo, so that I can put it in the house. Because, like, my entire life has basically been boxed. Yeah, their TV's on the floor, and yeah. Yeah, so they're getting cued.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And then it just dies. It's a...
Decade after decade, Biden twisted his knife into the back of Wisconsin workers, but workers throughout the United States. You don't have to take my word for it.
Yeah, you do.
A special group of people, the people of Wisconsin. I spent a lot of money on this crazy video. Look at this.
Why? Honest to God. How did you spend any money on this friggin' video? You mean, I guess bringing the screen is what he's talking about.
You're going to see it. I hope the people back here
Are you paying? No, they can't. No, the people back there can't see it, but they're paid to be there, so it doesn't matter.
It's terrible. All right, you'll take my word for it. Go ahead, play.
We've seen the video before. Biden doesn't support American workers. Here's 8 words of a sentence that had 15 words in it.
My problem is I voted for NAFTA. I'm supporting NAFTA.
Yeah, he said, my problem is I voted for NAFTA, but I didn't like everything that was in it. And if you like, good God, this is just, yeah. We've seen this. He played this at the other one. Right side always plays the screen, by the way. The rest of the news don't play the video because it's literally half sentences. And even the Jake Tapper stuff is Tapper quoting the president and them acting like, that it isn't an attack by the president, that Jake Tapper actually thinks this.
USMCA is better than NAFTA.
Show the
place.
We've seen this too. Yeah. They seem... Whoops. Wait a minute. What?
Now, to be fair, maybe during
Barrett, I think today.
that was
And?
terrifying.
What kind of country
No, it wasn't. They were done.
going to be? 4 more years of Georgia, going to find ourselves in a position where if Trump gets elected,
He was talking to George Lopez. Whatever. Anyways.
ridiculous.
Yeah, okay. So, at this point, though, they've shown the George... He's talking to George Lopez, and he's... we all stagger with thoughts when we're talking, and he has a stutter. No, this is not... There's no point where Biden's going to insist that he's running against George Lopez at this point, or that George Lopez is voting for Trump. Like, that kind of thing. He's speaking to him. So, from this point on, Trump must be gaffe-free.
The whole thing, until the plague came in from China, I didn't even
I don't have high hopes for this.
have a race. And then it came in and we did a great job. We saved millions of lives, 2 million lives, 2.2 million it was supposed to be. And this guy...
No. If you didn't do anything, again.
he just said, don't ban it. You're xenophobic, right? Don't ban China. Don't ban China. This is in January.
Nobody still told him what xenophobic means.
Or very early on, very, very early. Everybody said don't ban. I'm not blaming anybody, but they all said don't ban. I said it's a
No, they didn't.
infected country. It's starting from there. I banned China, then I banned Europe with all of the problems they were having.
Russia doesn't have a ban, though. That's interesting. Do you know that, guys? Does everybody know that? We mentioned it once before, and I tweeted about it today, but we don't have a ban on travel from Russia. I went and looked it up. It was dry. I was like, what is the status? Because they were pretending they didn't have any cases. Now they've got a really bad breakout. And there is a ban, a Russian travel ban, on Americans flying into Russia. There is no Russian travel ban from Russians coming here and going back. What are the odds?
Spain and Italy and France and everybody. And I banned Europe. And 2.5 months later, he was saying, don't ban. And then he runs for president. He lucks out because Pocahontas decided...
This is the story. Damn it, I could have been running against Bernie story. Although apparently Kamala's to the left of Bernie, so I don't know that Bernie was the best choice for him to want to run.
To stay in. So she took a lot of votes away from Bernie. Not too many. She didn't do too well.
See, I can't give anybody credit, even when he's trying to give them credit so that he can lay out this entire scheme that went on.
She took enough away that he ends up winning on Super Tuesday, right? And all of a sudden, I got this guy running, and he starts complaining that I should have moved faster, but he was 2.5 months behind. And I said, that's going to be hard to explain, but I have to explain it to people. One thing nice is when you put
This is so good. I felt like that was clear. You guys got that? You good? Yeah. You hold the, I don't need to roll back on that one. You understood what he was saying, right?
Thing up here saves you a lot of words, right?
I wish.
Saves you a lot of words.
That's what they're hoping for. This is how they talked him into shutting up. This is Mark Burnett or whoever's running stuff. Like, you don't have to do this part. We'll just put up a video and you can cue to it and it'll really lay it home. And you can watch the video right. So you don't have to tell what he says. We can do it. And they basically went, how do we shut this son of a bitch up? Because he's rambling like crazy and totally blowing our case.
The other thing, remember, for a year, we will not frack. Now, it affects you because of your energy costs and all of the things. That affects everybody. We're right now energy independent. It's a great thing. First time.
No, we've been energy independent since, what, 2014, 2013?
But it really affects. Can you imagine Texas?
I didn't hear Kamala last night.
Pennsylvania, the different places.
I was driving most of the night.
Ohio, so many places. North Dakota.
It's Mark Burnett is not officially working with Trump that we know of, but there are a ton of people from The Apprentice that he brought on as part of his media team and to develop this. And so a lot of people think that Burnett is doing it on the sly.
Can you imagine?
He's advising under the table.
Texas, I mean, he's against oil. He's against guns.
Why are you talking about Texas and Wisconsin, dipshit? Like, he's really worried about losing Texas. That's what this is about. Can you imagine being a Republican trying to argue why he should be winning Texas in Wisconsin? Seriously, think about this strategically. From your own, if you had a campaign going, you're running for president, you're in a state you won, and you're talking about a state that you should run away with because you deserve it. I don't know, whatever that means. Like, this is bad.
Against religion, right?
Well, that's nice to know, Errol. I am absolutely pro-Biden. He's a decent dude. Period. End of story. Like, there's no comparison in humanity in these, between Biden and Trump. Biden is a decent, hardworking man with a history of politics, and you can disagree with him, but without being disagreeable. Trump is a wannabe authoritarian asshole. He's I think he'll win. Yeah, the Texans are saying it's way closer than you think, but you think Trump will win. It's a very strong possibility he'll still win. But I will say this. A lot of Texas Democrats don't even activate until they think they can actually win, until they get within, they can see the whites of their eyes, and they get within, the realm of possibility. They're well within the realm of possibility, and he's actually ahead in Texas in some polls. So I think that will activate a lot of people So, yeah.
Other
A lot of Democrats are like, I normally sit it out, but...
than that, he's wonderful. He's just perfect. And then they say...
There it is again. It's way lower. They're bringing the volume down. The first ones were too loud.
Other than that, he's wonderful.
Look how these samples stop, like on a dime. It's so different than the other rallies, because we've been doing this for a while. And unless right side is doing this as a favor, I don't think so.
Just perfect.
Wait, listen to this.
He's against guns, and he's against religion, right? Other than that, he's wonderful. He's just perfect.
That's it. Like, hold on. Whoops. Hi. Hi. Hello? Do you hear me? Hold on. Mike, hold on. Hold on. Let's see. Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay, there you are. So, he's here.
Yes, I know. I've been texting you.
Okay, yeah. No, Bumper's out there dealing with it, and then but I'm streaming. So, he's trying to get it in the driveway, and then if he can, it'll be on the street, and then I got to sign a waiver, and then I got to do the thing. So I'm midway through all this. So I will call you back after and let you know what the status is, but it's here. Okay, love you. Bye. Oh, and for the Venmos, thank you, Brittany. Appreciate that. And Mark, thank you so much. And Cynthia and Lenwood, thank you guys so much. I just saw that on there. So, yeah.
And then they say, it's a very close race in Texas. I don't think so.
Well, then why are you bringing it up? And why do you sound like a drunk Shatner?
I don't think so. Spock, God. Fattled too much Romulan.
You're against...
See, that's the real noise, and it's nowhere near sonically what he's getting the rest of the time. And the sound all like starts and stops on cue.
You're against oil, guns, and God. You don't have a close race in Texas. I don't think so. But they said it the same thing 4 years ago.
No, they didn't. Nobody said Biden's going to win Texas. I know. Nobody's like, there was never a point where like Hillary's really got a shot.
Texas is too close to call. It's going to be a very, very tough race for Donald Trump. Then it was Donald, right? Now they call me president. Out of respect, I'm sure, for the office. It will be a very...
Yeah, it's not because we like it.
Very, very tough race. I mean, the polls have closed in Texas. Donald Trump has won the state of Texas. It was like all in one thing. They don't do that unless you have a landslide. So we had and now they do the same thing again. Well, this time at least they say I have a little lead. How can you have a little lead when I'm the oil...
Jesus Christ, he's just bitching nonstop. Christ almighty.
We needed to...
These people want to stand in the cold. They're freezing. Look at their body language. You want to talk about bad body language? Look at this body language behind them. Yeah, he's really worried about Texas. He's seen some internal polls that look like shit. That's what we're learning right here. But Christ, he's rambling, T-Brock. Yeah, it's so weird.
Fire up your factories and we can't... They don't even know how to do it.
They don't even know how to do it. I mean, they added more jobs than you did. Jimmy Carter added more jobs than you did, but they don't even know how does, I don't understand, guys. How does factorying even happen?
Like AOC +3, they say, okay, we'll get rid of all fossil fuels. We have a problem in Wisconsin. We're doing very well. We have a lot of factories. We have a lot of plants. How are we going to fire them up? She has no clue.
What? I mean, this is weird. They don't know how they're going to power the factories. There were a bunch of factories there for a long time, and they're opening some of them back up is the theory in your mind. Not actually yet, but they don't know what they're going to use to power them. Well, they're going to use largely natural gas and steam through whatever source they can get it. So they'll be hydroelectric or solar or wind or a combination or micronuclear or like there's dozens. I wish at these moments he would go, they don't even know how it works. Look, if I had to explain to you, because I'm a builder, I understand this, the structure of when you're building a foundation and you got a multi-tiered structure or whatever, the energy dispersion over the building itself. I don't want to sound too zeitgeist building 7 stuff, but the structural integrity and the density of the materials and the weight of carrying them, that production actually gets cheaper the higher you get up the building in some ways, because the materials have to be lighter and you don't use the same density of materials in the base as you do in the top. And these people don't understand. Like, I'm waiting for him to have one of these discussions where he actually shows off some sort of practical knowledge of the industry he's been in his whole life, and he never does it because he doesn't know shit. Foxconn factory. Yeah, good point, Bean Toes. Yeah, it's going fabulous.
She has no clue. I don't even think she studied it. Maybe in high school she studied it, but probably not in college. Did she go to college? Tell me, did she? Because I don't know. I don't
Yes, but please keep talking.
know her background, but it is
Yeah, I talk shit about her all the time, and I call her stupid, but I really don't know her background. God damn.
not heavy into the environment. All of a sudden, she comes up with the Green New
Wait,
Deal.
you're not, or she's not?
But it is not heavy into the environment. All of a sudden, she comes up with the Green New Deal.
It's not heavy into the environment? Holy shit. Is this him saying whatever she studied in...
Maybe in high school she studied it, but probably not in college. Did she go to college? Tell me, did she? Because I don't know. I don't know her background, but it is not heavy into the environment. All of a sudden, she comes up with the Green New Deal.
Fuck. If I was in the control room, I'd be like, camera 2, go to camera 2, and ready the laugh track. And cue the people on the floor to start yelling USA. This is going south fast. We're going to have to cut this down to a half an hour, or we're going to lose viewers. We're going to get canceled before the show finishes tonight.
And these people all did because they have to, because the radical left wants them. The Green New Deal will cost $100 trillion.
No. No, it won't.
If we have 100 perfect years, the greatest years in the history of our country, we can't.
Our country, our economy is about $25 trillion a year. Just so you know.
Make it with $100 trillion spent on the Green New Deal. In 2006.
What? Do you? It'll cost $3 trillion. Precisely. Like I mean, I don't even know why we're discussing his lack of understanding of any of the concepts that he's talking about. Like the $100 trillion deal is that's if there's some sort of communist version where no one makes any money anymore, but the money that is made is printed and spent. So in which case, I guess, what difference does it make? Because it's not based on anything. Like, this is just... Yeah, it was a gazillion. You're right. 1 billion, gazillion, dillion, scabalabidi yen.
Wisconsin voted to fire this corrupt political establishment, and you elected an outsider as president who is finally putting America first.
There's that whistle again. Same friggin' whistle. Listen to this. Might be the same guy, but listen.
And if I don't sound like...
Same dude. Exactly the same, or person. Same being. Same whistle, exactly. Not even, it doesn't sound live. It sounds like the same whistle a bunch of times. It's a soundtrack.
Like a typical Washington politician, it's because I'm not a politician. It's one of the reasons I was elected. If I was a politician, I probably wouldn't have been elected, right?
That was smaller and closer to organic.
If I don't always...
Closer. I'm sure there was some bed under it, but yeah.
By the rules of Washington and the Washington establishment, it's because I was
I'm drunk.
elected to fight for you, and I'm fighting for you harder than any president has ever fought for you.
Yeah, screw Truman or Lyndon Johnson or any president that's taken over after an assassination or Reagan who? Cold War.
Together we'll continue to fight for American workers, support our police, defend our Second Amendment, which is under siege. But
By
don't
the way, he's getting the rap sign.
worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's
They're like-
fine, but it is under siege. Secure our border.
Under Siege is Steven Seagal's best movie, though, I will say. Back when he made movies and didn't just kind of wander around bloated. Because modern Steven Seagal looks like old Steven Seagal if he was found floating in a river 7 days after he went missing. But I will say, early Steven Seagal I like. First one, Above the Law is great. And it has this kind of story at the end about how some people are above the law. It's ironic that he would even, mess around with, the Trumps of the world, considering the message of that movie. And especially On Deadly Ground, which is anti-oil profiteering. Go honest to God. Mark for Death is fun. But it's not really, there's nothing, really message-wise to it. But honest to God, there's a genuine moral message to On Deadly Ground. And Michael Caine is in it, so you can't go wrong with Michael Caine.
And the wall is
Hard to Kill's not bad.
over 400 miles right now. We have very secure border. Over 4.
Dude, you are what? Where is he? Let's see. West Salem. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. I'm going to map this for a second. West Salem, Wisconsin. All right. And okay, there we go. And cancel. And then Okay. So West Salem. There you go. Let's see. Squeeze this out. Okay, it's outside. Yeah, he's outside La Crosse. And let's see how far directions from West Salem to Canada. I don't know if it'll. Probably we'll let it. My reception out here is fairly terrible.
We're going to have it finished very soon. They don't talk about it anymore. They used to go, he will never get it built because that was.
No, most of the time we're just like waste of time.
The Democrat Party
It's about a 3-hour drive to Canada.
was so against it. They said it was obsolete. Use drones so we can watch everybody pour into the border, right? Let's send a drone up there, right?
Bad read on that gag. That didn't land well. And again, know where you are. Talk about jobs. Talk about heating oil. Talk about converting the state's industries to the future of America. Talk about specialty milk. He hasn't hit on that yet.
Walls and wheels, right? Walls and wheels.
Jesus Christ, walls and wheels. No. Axles and girders.
Get obsolete. There's about the only two things
Axles and roofs. Because here's the thing. If you're in the woods and you're lost and you're cold and all that kind of stuff, the first thing you build is a lean-to or some equivalent structure to keep the rain off your head. So the roof is more important than the walls. Walls come next, followed by door.
of that don't get obsolete. Everything else is obsolete about 15 minutes after you figure it out.
No, it isn't. I am talking into a condenser mic, which uses a small magnet inside there. Now, the inside of the mic itself is a USB structure and all that kind of stuff, but the actual function of a microphone has not changed in 100 years.
And ensure more products are proudly stamped with that wonderful, beautiful phrase
that Republicans fight all the time and the Democrats have floated bills for, and let me guess.
Made in the USA, right?
Yes, that's how you appeal to Wisconsin. You go after manufacturing locally and craft beer. Like, there's a huge, not just the alcohol, like Wisconsin beer facilities, whatever, like Busch and I don't drink, so I don't care. But a friend of mine from high school, his dad was in bottling. He was very well to do. He did very well. He was like a upper VP or manager at one of these bottling plants in Wisconsin. He lived in Illinois, but their facility was in Wisconsin. And it's not that, there's the breweries, but then there's the distribution and the bottling. And the bottling and distribution is a huge industry up there. If he knew shit about sunshine, he would know this. It's like...
Will deliver record prosperity, epic job growth, and a safe vaccine that eradicates the virus and quickly ends this pandemic. And with the fake news... everything is
Yeah, there's just nothing. Without the augmented sound, it's terrible.
COVID. I had it. Here I am, right? I had it. First Lady had it. Barron had it, but Barron had it for about 12 seconds. Young, that immune system.
There it is again. There's the sample. Hurrah, 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 hurrah. It's totally... The only thing they're missing is the weird cat noise that they used to have in the 70s. Remember that on the really old applause tracks? I don't know what that was.
I'm young.
Yeah, it's Laverne and Shirley was based in Wisconsin. That's good. That's a good point. Schlemiel, Schlemazel, House of Pepper Incorporated. They probably we found these tapes laying around.
No, it's
I don't know which first lady got COVID. We don't know.
You turn
Probably
on
the one staying home.
COVID. You know when they're going to stop talking about it so much? November 4th. You're right.
Yeah, they've been to these before. These people are the same people who come to all your rallies. They're instructing people what to say. And by the way, did we have a new dye job? Is this just coloring here? Like the weird... It's lighting is part of it, I'm sure. But the side of the head over there, it's weird. It's got a very Lou Dobbs coloring to it.
November 4th. Oh, it's a whole crazy thing. I mean, it's too complicated to explain. These people are very corrupt, very deceptive.
I would explain it to you, but what's the point? The media's not gonna air my explanation for how shit works. Where is the thought train in that?
November 4th.
They're gonna open up the country.
Oh, it's a whole crazy thing. I mean, it's too complicated to explain. These people are very corrupt, very dishonest, but they got a lot of problems. On November 4th.
Oh, they're corrupt, sure, but they don't understand because the media is too stupid to recognize that Democrats are just going to magically open the country on the 4th, but Biden's also going to shut it down. Remember Biden lockdown? We were throwing the Biden lockdown. It's going to be a lockdown. It's going to be a total lockdown, except for the day after the election, they're going to open everything up.
Here we're doing extremely well. You'll see. They used to always say that Europe.
Yeah, you'll see. Yeah, that you used to say that all the time. You'll see.
Look at Europe. Well, first of all, they count their cases totally differently. But look at Europe. Well, they have a big...
Yeah, they say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We go 1, 2, 3. I get it.
And you know what? It's going to go down. And we...
Jimmy Stalin, if only he was like a broken record, because then we could just take it off the spindle and get another copy.
Had a spike in Miami. We had a spike in Texas, Arizona. It's all way down to very low numbers.
Yeah, tell about... What about Wisconsin, though? You're in Wisconsin. Tell them what's going on in their state.
But I'll tell you, all they want to talk about is COVID. But the good news, on the 4th, they'll stop talking. You watch. They'll stop talking. You get out that red wave. Just get out. We have to win this election. This is the most important election we've ever had. We can't let this radical left socialist...
Yeah, this is panic language.
...group take over.
This is not...
And I've been...
Seriously, this is not him feeling like he's winning.
Saying it now for a long...
He doesn't want to even be there, so I'm surprised he hasn't done the, is this a life, traveling around yelling at you assholes line yet?
Because I see it. There's this inclination by a group of people.
Uh-oh.
Our country will never be a socialist
Okay,
nation.
yeah, get to the socialist line. You'll get, okay, we've got, hey, Charlie, he's about to say our country. He says our country will not, so get ready with the big rah-rah. Anti-socialism, cut 3. Go with cut 3.
We will never become a socialist nation.
Charlie, what happened? That was shit. It sounds, we'd set up all these people back there, so it looks like there's a giant crowd, And then you get this, what'd you do? Get a bunch of, are all our extras socialists, Charlie? The shit is going on.
Life will fully resume. That's all we want is normal life.
Yeah, that's what we want. I agree. That's why you gotta go. It's not normal to wake up every morning and wonder if your president has, announced to the world that he can't wait to shit in the mouth of an ally.
Ago, right? We had the greatest economy in the history of our country.
Nope.
Everybody was doing well, best numbers we've ever had. And next year will be the greatest economic year in
He's
the
looking right at the teleprompter, so a cued laugh is coming.
history of our
Or
country.
applause.
You see what's happening. You see how it's being built up. And by the way, I'd love to do
That was pitiful. They didn't bother.
stimulus, but Crazy Nancy does not want to do it. She wants to get bailout money for her Democrat-run states that are high crime and doing badly.
Wisconsin is one of the states that needs bailout money.
I spoke for Wisconsin when I said, no, thank you, Nancy. Have a good time. We'll get big stimulus right after the election's over. Hopefully
Yeah.
we can take back the House, too. Be nice.
No.
Get rid of her. Get rid of her as Speaker. We'll get Kevin in there. Kevin would be good. You know who Kevin is?
Who's Kevin? Say Kevin's whole name.
Kevin McCarthy.
Okay, good.
If Biden and the Democrat socialists are elected, they will bury your regular. You know what's going on, right?
They'll bury your heart in Texas? No. They'll bury McCaffrey. They'll bury
Your regulations.
but regulations, sorry. My bad.
Got your regulations down to a level, but we can go further. We have statutory requirements. We're going further.
Okay, easy.
They'll bury your family and yourself in regulations.
You're going to bury your family in regulations. I'm sorry, Jib. Can we get a timer in here? Don't start the lovemaking, Gary, until we get somebody in here with a measuring tape. You know what? This is, ma'am, I'm sorry, ma'am. Can you step away from your children? That's right. Children are allowed, according to our new regulations, within 3 meters of an open traffic, while adults are allowed 2 meters, but you're not allowed to hug a child within 3 meters within the purview of this. Did they not get the new manual? AOC plus 3, volume 7. Jesus.
Religious liberty.
It was Barry Gibb. Good point.
Dissolve our borders, indoctrinate our children with that really bad stuff that they want to teach in schools, which we've largely
Math,
ended.
science.
But it can be started again, and destroy the suburbs beyond repair. Suburban women, you're going to love me. You better love me. Did you see 60 Minutes the other night? I always joke, I say, suburban women, I'm getting rid of that there was a regulation that essentially destroyed the suburbs, okay?
No, it didn't.
It would have. You know who was in charge of it? Who would have been? Cory Booker. Good luck, Cory. He's another beauty. We deal with some real beauties. But we had
He's another beauty. This is, oh, God.
regulation where they can build low-income housing and projects in a neighborhood near you, right in a neighborhood near you, in the suburbs, right?
No. And, dude, you're in West Salem, Wisconsin, near La Crosse. This is not an issue. This is the oddest. I mean, it's a bad argument, and it's sexist and stupid and all the things we know. But it's also like, who gives a yeah, stage whisper, he means the black guy. Blacks. Yeah, this wouldn't even sell in Minneapolis, St. Paul. Like, none of this makes anybody go, oh, that's why I need to vote for him. And certainly not friggin' La Crosse or West Salem. The American dream in that area of the country is not to live in the suburbs. The American dream in a place like La Crosse or out in West Salem is to have a farm or a huge plot of land where you have horses and all kinds of other stuff. Like you have a big, huge, pass of like land and grass, and you just don't have to. You have to have a snowplow, like a personal snowplow, to get out of your house because your driveway's a mile and a half long. But this is like they don't care.
The fake news was saying, we think that Donald Trump is having problems with suburban women. I said, why? Because I'm going to stop crime from going to the suburbs? Because, you know, Antifa and the anarchists, they view the suburbs as next. That's what they would like, right? So the suburban woman wants...
Wow, there's like 30 people there. I'm beginning to think that this entire audience is made up of actual voters. Because they're like going, yeah, in the beginning, okay, well, let's give this guy a shot. And halfway through, they're like, what the fuck are we doing? I'm freezing my ass off. What the shit is going on?
Law and order, they want safety, and they don't want a regulation that's going to destroy the suburbs.
Okay, that's a, oh God, that's a traveling woman who's with the spirit group.
And then I listened to these people talk about how, so 4 years ago they talked about the same thing. They said, women will not be voting for Donald Trump. And then after about 4 hours, and they declared total victory for Trump, you know, they said, he cannot get to 270. He cannot. This was in the afternoon. He can, and for about 6 months before that, by the way, didn't just start in there. Donald Trump cannot get, you need 270, right? Cannot get to 270. He cannot get, and they were right. We got 306. Yeah. Well, we picked.
Yeah, and he's in a state right now that he has to win. It's one of his must-win states. He needs like 4 of them. He can't afford to lose any of the ones he got last time, and still hold on to it.
Up a place
and
called
he's not going to.
Wisconsin. That helped a little. That was.
There's a wink to the sheriff. Or was that to his was that to his manly man in the front row? I don't know. Yeah, glory days, young girls. What does Bobcat Goldthwait think of this? Yeah, I don't know. He seems nice. Like maybe we can move in together and like, why is your face orange? All right, how about that?
On the list of victories now it is, but it just came out. We're leading by like 3 points. That's good. They won't report that. They won't report that. They'll look at 30 polls. Some of them are totally fake. Some of them are sickos, right?
Yeah, sickos. The sickos poll. I don't even know why we even checked that one. There must be Steve Kornacki's got a real problem. The sickos poll. Why would you do it?
Look at polls where they interview 38% Democrats, 21% Republicans. I said, that doesn't sound like too fair to me.
No, and those polls get a C or a B. But the A-plus polls are pretty evenly split, depending on the people in the area. The other problem you have, and this is what he's really facing, is that in some of these areas where they're checking with people, there are not, statistically speaking, that's the actual numbers that reflect the voters in the area. So statistically, if you got 38% Democrat and 29% registered Republicans, and then a bunch of other folks, that poll genuinely reflects what's going on in that area, and then have to fill the rest in with independents. Or if they're saying who's deciding between these two groups, we're going to pick people who are actually going to decide. We don't need to talk to, occasionally they'll put in a poll Joe Jorgensen, or as I like to call him, Joe Jerkoff, son. Come on. What you wasting time for? I don't mind because he steals votes from Trump, so do what you got to do, man. But in reality, if you have a district where it's 38% Democrat and 28% Republican, then a poll should reflect that. And that'll also tell you if you were winning, oddly enough, that somehow you're winning over the Democrats. Yeah.
And they'll say Trump is down by 5. Well, if I'm down by 5, when they're doing 38 to 21, that means I'm winning in a landslide. What kind of polls are these? Now,
okay, I just explained it. Were you not listening, Donald?
See, what kind of polls are these? These people are crazy. Joe Biden will.
What do your internal polls say? Your campaign does polls. Tell us what your internal polls say. Our campaign's doing polling. He could actually sell that to his supporters. You don't think he could come out and go, our campaign polls people all the time. We check. We make, we follow the science. We do polling that you wouldn't believe. It's so good. It's such a high quality because this is what we really care about. And I got to say to you that, we ask people, who are you going to vote for, Trump or Biden? We don't snicker while we're on the phone, any of that stuff. All of that. And it's coming back that they're for us. We're up 3%, shit like that. He doesn't do that.
delay the vaccine.
Because they can't afford to do their internal polling anymore. So they're just looking at the stuff that's coming off the news. It's one of the other reasons why he's depressed. It's because they can't afford to do their own polling. RNC is doing some polling. They're probably looking at those. But they're not. They don't look good. Oops. Why does this keep popping out? There you go. Sorry.
Prolong the pandemic. Shutter your schools. Open your schools, please. Bankrupt your small businesses and shut down our country. He will destroy our country. And by the way, the cure cannot be worse than the problem itself.
Disease.
I said that a long time ago.
I know, and it's been ignored. Like, I ignored it for a while, but I can't let it go anymore. It's aggravating. This is some heavy-duty, stupid shit. How they believe in Q? It's like the ugly USA cult. It's worldwide, nevermore. Q is showing up in a bunch of European countries now, and understand this: Q will only emerge in democracies, and it will only push back against democracies. Q will never attack Russia or China or a Middle Eastern country or Iran or the actual structure. They can kind of talk about like, oh, they're buddy with this and kind of tar people with it, but they'll never actually talk about the structure of it, and they'll never grow because it's a PSYOP campaign that the Russians are playing with. It's that simple.
Except when I originally said it, I had I felt it. I felt it was bad. I just felt it was an instinct. It can't be worse than the problem itself. So the shutdown with alcoholism, with drugs, with abuse.
But enough about Rudy Giuliani.
Suicides, with all the things that happen, it's worse. You can't do this. You got to get your governors to open up. There aren't many of them. There aren't many of them now, but you got to. Now, one of the reasons, this is another one on we'll go to the 4th, right? November 4th. They'll be announcing, we're opening our state. So one of them, stupidly, like 3 weeks.
You're going to open their state? Okay.
Going on, we think we're going to open probably around November 4th. How about that genius, okay? No, you'll all be open around a couple of days after the election.
Yeah, well, you've been told before the election, so why not vote accordingly? See, a surprise conspiracy only works if you keep it you can keep it secret, and it's a surprise. Good God.
Biden even...
Yeah, open your safe. He's been making phone calls, Semantic Romantic. Open your safe. I need money. Sheldon. I'm broke as shit right now. No. Germany won't lend me. Deutsche Bank won't lend me anymore. No. They will not ricochet cash from the stupidness.
Wants to lock down young and healthy Americans, yet for those under age 50, the recovery rate is 99.9.
Yeah, but you carry it. God damn it. I'm all right. First of all, you don't know who it kills and attacks. It's part of the reason why why we've kept it as low as we have is because of all the lockdowns we've done. But you carry it. The asymptomatic people are the problem. That's why the mask mandate, and it's why it matters. And it's why Biden's like, we don't need to do lockdowns. We just need to structure this so that people are wearing masks. And if you can't social distance, you got elements until we get a handle on this. We have a vaccine or a treatment that absolutely works. Good God.
8%. Think of that. 99.98. And for school kids, it's lower than, it's better than that. Biden's cruel and senseless lockdown would cause countless deaths.
Well, then, but he's going to open it right after November 4th? So is Biden going to be fighting the states that are opening magically on what's happening?
From suicide and from all of the problems we have, and we would have problems and economic. People lose their jobs. They lose their jobs. They
already have, asshole.
Businesses go out, or they work for small businesses or big businesses that go out. We got to open up our states. We got to tell your governor. We got to open up our states. Does anybody like your governor? Do you like him? Okay, let's have it. Who likes the governor?
Jesus Christ.
Is he going to win re-election? Who does not like the governor? All right.
All right. Jesus.
It's interesting. Lots of luck, Governor. You got
Lots of luck, Governor. I don't know who you're... I mean, I need the state to win, but I don't remember the governor's name.
to open up. Now, a lot of governors that did this. You know, Michigan, the only one that was allowed to go around and roam was her husband.
He
right?
just roamed, did he?
He was allowed to go fishing and sailing.
Yeah.
Nobody-
That's kind of qualifies as social distancing, don't you think? And he wasn't the only one.
else was they had to stay locked up in their house. But
No, they didn't.
won a Supreme Court case against them. They found it unconstitutional that she locked down the state of Michigan. I just left Michigan. I gave a speech in 32-degree weather in the rain. And they're great
Why didn't I see that one?
people, they're strong people. So I said, you know what I'll do? I won't put on a hat, okay? And I'll just stand there in the rain, and I'll freeze and I'll make a speech. But I'll tell you, there was such love. It was incredible. We're winning Michigan, too. No, we're winning Michigan. I had a nice hat. I was going to put it on, and they were waiting for 4 or 5 hours.
Oh, my God. Can you imagine standing in this crowd, being cold, listening to this horse shit? Can you imagine? Yeah, Michigan. I know Michigan is open. This is. Yeah, he wants praise for not wearing a hat. That's exactly what's going on.
I said, I feel so guilty. I mean, I was on time, but they get there very early. Like probably some of you got here very early, right? Got here early. All these
Yeah, because they drove from someplace else because they're not locals.
front rowers I know got here. I know the front rowers get here very early.
Yeah, because they're Ronald McDaniel's like, they strategize. They have these people because you need sycophants or you think you're bombing.
I mean, we have it where they get 3-4 days in advance. They were you here 3-4 days? No. I know. Will you vote? You promise you're voting for Trump right now? She's great. No, we have great people. We've never had, and 4 years ago, we had the most enthusiastic campaign anyone's ever seen, probably that ever was. This campaign, and I never thought I'd say
He's
it,
still upset that people were crying when Obama won, but they were like, yay, he won, cool, okay, whatever.
has more enthusiasm, more support.
Yeah, I mean, I've never heard a more enthusiastic, I guess, laugh track in my life, you know? Thank you. Thanks very much, you guys. No, it's too much. I appreciate it, you know, so.
Than we did 4 years ago. Huh? Because, 4 years ago, I was a business guy. I was successful. I was very
No, you weren't.
successful. I came, and I said I was going to do.
They're yelling 4 more years, and he's...
All right.
All right.
Get it out of your system.
That's it. Just say it. It's not going to happen, but go ahead. Get it out of your system. Just say it. Shit. Yeah, sing happy birthday. You think I'm happy to be turning 65? Bullshit. Holy God. Who says that to their supporters?
I was a business guy. I was successful. I was very successful. I came, and I said I was going to do. Go ahead. Go ahead. Get it out of your system.
Oh my God, that's friggin' embarrassing. What the hell? Who said, honestly, I just, fuck, God damn it.
Do. Go ahead. Go ahead. Get it out of your system.
If I did that in the middle of a stream, if I was like sitting back in my chair and I was looking at the chat and everybody in the chat decided to like Venmo, Bit, and Patreon me all at once in unison, and I went, All right. Get it out of your system. What an asshole. Get it out of your system. Yeah, fuck the Christmas.
So 4 years ago I came and I saw.
Oh, yeah, no, back up. Finish the story, because this was good.
Probably trade was the, you know.
Yeah, I agree, the moms. Those are totally OJ gloves. It's very odd.
Drove me crazy. We're losing all our factories, closing all our factories. They're moving to Mexico. They're making it in China. They're doing all these things. A lot of people, a lot of places moved up to Canada. You know, Canada was very
Canada is terrible. Texarkana.
tough on us. But I saw this places moved up to Canada. You know, Canada was very tough on us.
Canada.
But I saw this. That's probably the main reason I ran.
Yeah, Canada. That's it. That's the reason. Friggin' Canada, man. Yeah, he ran on an anti-Canada ticket. Yeah, blame Canada. I was shocked, Katie, that he didn't actually use Blame Canada as his entrance music instead of Lee Greenwood.
But I saw it all happening. It was so easy to see. I saw it all happening. And that's probably the main reason I ran. But 4 years ago, I was just saying, I'm going to cut your taxes. I'm going to cut regulations. I'm going to rebuild your military. I'm going to do all the things I said. And actually, I did more because, like Space Force, we opened up Space Force. I never said I was going to do that.
They did it. They were planning an equivalent substructure. Like, hey, Mr. President, congratulations. You know how a bunch of those drugs went generic last year? Yeah. You can pretend it's because of you. I mean, it has to do with, you know, the law around generic drugs and stuff like that, and it just happened on your watch. But we also have to put some the satellites in space so that they can fight back against this stuff. Otherwise, because Russia and China are going to cannibalize some of our, you know, military satellites, so we got to have some fighting stuff. So if you want to name it, you can call it. That's great.
I learned.
Can I pick out the logo?
Sure, but don't forget to trademark it so we can put it on shit.
Oh, I forgot. Shit. Netflix on Space Force on Netflix did.
That after watching Russia and China and everything else, I learned that after I was here, but I never took. One of these people right back there said he may be the only politician that actually did more than he promised during the
Nobody said that.
campaign. I believe that's true. So we have.
Yeah, because Mexico paid for the wall.
So we have actually more.
Where's the healthcare plan that's cheaper and better and faster and better and cleaner and smaller and cheaper and better?
Enthusiasm, because I did everything. I mean, I said.
Yeah, why are you sticking around? I mean, basically, honestly, your presidency was so good. I don't even think you can really improve on it, honestly. I mean, what else is there to do? I mean, you made the economy so perfect it'll recover on its own. We're rounding the curve on pandemic, you know, on the pandemic. Even, you know, so gosh, I mean, I would just step down high-fiving yourself. I mean, why?
The wall was just a very expensive. The Border Patrol wanted a certain way, very expensive. They're right. They wanted vision. They wanted steel. They wanted rebar. They wanted concrete inside. And they said, you know what? I'll do it. I want to do it the way you want it. I don't want to give you any excuses for doing a bad job in the border. Gee, if you only would have built the wall right. But all of the things that
Wow. That's a great story. I feel like there was something in it that had, I don't know, a certain something.
Said, I did. Everything I said, I did. And that gives this campaign more energy than a guy that was successful that said, hey, I'm going to do a lot of things, because you've been hearing that for years from politicians, and they don't do it. They don't get the job. As I said about Biden the other night.
Get the job done, one would think. If they got the job, then you wouldn't. If they didn't get the job, you wouldn't be talking about them. Nobody talks about the person who never actually that ran for office and didn't actually end up getting the job. They didn't actually. I'm just saying. You mean get the job done is what you meant to say. Just saying.
Debate. Joe, you're all talk and no action, and it's true.
Then why are you trying to repeal the ACA? Because if he's no action, then you would have nothing to repeal.
Look at him and say, Joe, why didn't you do it? You don't say, well, we should have done this. We should have done that. I say, Joe, you've been there for 47 years, and you left 3.5 years ago. It's not like you left 30 years ago. You left 3.5 years ago.
Yeah, with the ACA intact and and a recovery on its way, and the economy was improving, and you rode on it for a little while, and then you scuttled the whole thing and wrecked it, and he wasn't president, he was vice president.
And I only ran because of you, Joe. Because if you and Obama did a good job, I wouldn't have run. I mean, there would have been no reason. And if I did, I probably wouldn't have been able to win. So I only ran. It's quite...
Because you're no good? You mean? I only won because they were so bad, and they were the worst ever. So I'm awesome. What?
It was quite insulting to him, but that's the way it is. Biden had no...
Wait, what?
So I only... There would have been no reason. And if I did, I probably wouldn't have been able to win. So I only ran. It was quite insulting to him, but that's the way it is. Biden had no...
Quite insulting to him, but that's the... Jesus Christ.
Plan,
Honestly, I don't know what that is. He does not know he just insulted himself.
Idea. He didn't have a clue. He just wants to lock up this country. I mean, he really does. He's going to lock it up if one...
Oh, my God. He's doing this just so he can give MSNBC more programming on Friday nights through Saturday. That's this whole thing. He doesn't want lockdowns. He wants lock up. He wants MSNBC lock up 24/7 on every channel. Actually, that's not too bad when you're binging in a second.
Guy walks up and says, "Sir, I think we should close up our country." Okay, that sounds good to me. While letting rioters...
I love his, he doesn't have a lot of voices to go to, but you try and vary it up to at least be reminiscent of the actual person. But now the general's the sir guy, and the weird Democrat scientist, I guess, that he's talking to, all speak the same. Oh, I'm gonna do this. Oh, there's like this. He's like, but yeah, well, this is you, and you're like, like this is the quality.
And looters run wild, or as Joe calls them, peaceful protesters. I call you protesters. You know why? Because there's a legal definition. You can't have a political rally. They did that to keep me out, right? So I said, oh, I see. You're protesters. The only thing you can do is protest, because they wanted to protect anarchists, rioters, people that were burning down your stores.
So because Joe makes a distinction between peaceful protesters and looters and rioters and anarchists and arsonists, and you don't, he must... Oh, my God, I've gone cross-eyed.
So you have the absolute right to protest. So I call this a friendly protest, okay?
Peaceful protest. Jesus Christ. Read the card.
Officially.
It says peaceful protest.
Not a rally. This is not a rally. It's a...
The legal definition is peaceful protest. You even just said that Biden calls it a peaceful protest. You jackass.
Protest. Okay, now we've gotten over the legal hurdle, haven't we? These people don't...
No, it isn't. Because technically speaking, you're still outside the legal hurdle because you're not having a peaceful protest. You're having a friendly protest. And there is no such thing as a friendly protest, because if you were being friendly, you wouldn't be protesting anything. You'd be just kind of okay with it. How are you with Antifa and the Proud Boys? Downright neighborly.
Believe in science. They believe in whatever gives them power and whatever gives them control.
I like science. Don't you understand? It gives me power. Power to create life. But you can't, you're mad. But I must. It's alive. Science gives me power. You're playing God. No, I'm not. I did that in a school play, and it was terrible. I forgot my lines, and I didn't even know how to dance. All right, sorry.
Biden plan will crush you and crush your family.
And crush, Orange Crush?
We will crush the virus and make this country more successful.
Oh, my God. Dude, you stepped on it again. Like, I feel like I'm the guy in the booth. Like, I'm this close to pushing the applause line, and you're like, fucked it up. He fucked it up. He fucked it up. This is honest to God. Like, he's like, I'm going to let me push the button. No, don't do it. You have to wait till the line. He's going. No.
Than it's ever been. We have that kind of potential. We have the foundation set. You see what's happening. You see the...
I do. I still prefer what's happening now.
The numbers we're
doing. It was more touching and less of a sitcom.
We're going to make our country more successful quickly than it's...
Dude, shut up. Okay, you had one line. Just say the line. What was, I even forgot it now. What the hell was the original line? Do we know?
We will crush the virus.
Okay, that's what it was. Yeah. It was, Biden wants to crush your community with a lockdown or crush the economy. We want to crush the virus. Something like that. 2 lines, done. And then you shut up, and then you let me push the applause button. God damn it, Charlie.
Than it's ever been. We have that kind of potential. We have the foundation set.
He's
You see
rambling
what's
again.
happening. You see the kind of numbers
Charlie.
we're doing. We're going to
Charlie,
make
he's
our
rambling again.
country more successful,
More
quickly
successful,
than
quickly.
it's ever been.
Then it's
When the
ever-
China
what is he
plague
talking about?
arrived, we moved heaven
Okay,
and
he's
earth
back on,
to
he's
fight
back on.
the disease.
Back on, guys.
We airlifted medical supplies, pioneered groundbreaking therapies, reduced
Did he just say pie in the ear? Son of a bitch! He was doing so well.
the fatality
Pioneered, not pie in the ear.
supplies, pioneered groundbreaking therapies, reduced the fatality rate 85%. Think of that.
Same statistic he's been using since July about April, and it's gone back up, and he never changes it. Remember he did it one day. He was like 86%. No, 85. No, it's all right.
It's actually higher than that. Well, here I am. I mean, I'm here, right? I said, give me that stuff. Whatever the hell it is, doctor, I want it. The next day I woke up, and I felt like Superman, right? I said, get me the hell out of here. I have to go to Wisconsin tonight.
Yeah, that's what you said. And then you stayed in bed 3 more days?
And saved over 2 million lives.
Again. Not only, and by the way, I'm so glad Savannah Guthrie said this. She said, that means if you did nothing. And understand that doing nothing doesn't just mean abdicating his responsibility, being a shitty president. It means leaving it, whatever the Congress comes up with, actively shutting it down, saying, no, we're not going to do any of that.
Excess mortality rate has been 42% less than Europe's. Think of that, 42%.
In a non-pandemic year.
And we're working with Europe very closely. Look, they have a problem. It should have never been allowed to leave China. Ever. It should have never been allowed.
Why'd you let it leave Washington State? It should have never been allowed to leave Manhattan.
It didn't go. Once it got Wuhan province, it never got out.
Wuhan's a city. It's in Hubei province.
But it came to the USA, Europe, and the rest of the world.
I mean, on the world of Trump geography, yeah.
I'm working to make the breakthrough treatment I received. So what we're doing is we're going to make the Regeneron, and Eli Lilly, a great company, has a similar antibody drug.
Yeah, antibody drug. You mean the thing they just pulled?
And we're going to make that available to people that need it free. All I know is I didn't feel great. And after I took that, I woke up the next morning and I tell you, I felt like I could take on the world. I said, let me at it.
Okay, asshole. That's not the feeling you get from taking a MAB. That's not from the monoclonal antibody treatment. That had nothing to do with how you feel. As a matter of fact, once it's treating you, it's just like it's a boost to your immune system fighting it off. You still have the other stuff. The feeling he got, and he is too stupid to understand this, is from the dexamethasone. The feeling he got that he could take on the world and felt like Superman is from dexamethasone. Christ.
Here we are, standing here freezing. Thanks to our relentless efforts, 97% of all current emergency room visits are for something other than the virus. You don't hear these numbers from the fake news. Think of that, 97%.
Great. So, okay, first of all, we're doing percentages without actual numbers. We know the rule, kids. If they give you a percentage, but they don't give you the actual number, or they give you the actual number, but they don't give you the percentage, you're being lied to. Unless you have both, you don't have the story, okay? If you go, this town has seen 3,000% growth. Oh, yeah? Yeah, we had 3 people living here, and 28 people showed up on a bus, and they're staying for a little while. It's great. then 3,000% doesn't sound very good. But if they also say 10,000 people died of this last year, you're like, oh, yeah, and that sounds horrifying. 10,000 people, oh, my God. And you go, that's 0.1% of the people who contracted it or whatever. Oh, so it's a very minor element. One person has passed away from this disease. Of how many people caught it? One. Oh, so it's got a 100% kill rate. Great.
We're on track to deliver.
See what I'm saying? You need both.
100 million doses of safe vaccine. And I say, we're turning the corner. We're turning the corner. We're rounding like this racetrack. Look at this. It's perfect.
It's a great analogy, bro. We're rounding the corner, which is the single most dangerous part of a racetrack. I mean, when you egg an analogy that bad.
We're rounding the corner. It's very good. We're rounding the corner. And that's where somebody clips the tire and everybody tumbles and everyone dies. And a tire flies into the stands and murders someone.
We're rounding the curve. We will vanquish the virus. And by the way, we're going to have the vaccine. Johnson & Johnson, Pfizer, Moderna, great companies, and others too. Mm-hmm. We have the vaccine. We're going to have it very
Toys R Us,
soon, like
Whole Foods.
Very soon. We're going to deliver it.
Rite Aid.
But without it, also, we're rounding the curve.
Do you realize where the shit you are right now? Wisconsin is having a horrible time.
Rounding the corner. It's happening. We're going to emerge stronger than
Did somebody go, rounding the turn, bro?
Ever before. Biden's made a corrupt bargain, and the Democrats, in exchange for his party's nomination. He has handed control of his party over to a rage-filled socialists and Marxists and left-wing extremists. You see it. You see it in Portland. How about Portland?
Those folks, the people throwing Molotov cocktails, they're not registered to vote. Many of them, we find out, actually are rich white kids from the suburbs who are not old enough to vote. But that's another story.
We could solve that problem.
If we could just murder them, it would be over so quickly.
That's it.
Why can't I just shoot people?
Half an hour. And
what's wrong with a little extrajudicial murder? In America?
You know what happens to them, right? They go back home to mom and dad, and they also stay in the basement. That's what they have in common with Joe. Well, no, Joe, in that one clip, that was yesterday that took place. That was what happened. He was in the basement. He heard that we were doing really well in Pennsylvania, which we are. We're at least 2 or 3 points up. Doesn't sound like much. You know what happens with us? They'll say he's 3 points up, and then you win by like 10. There are a lot of hidden votes out there. I don't know if I'm supposed to be complimented by that or not, but they're hidden votes.
No.
They don't want to talk. See, they know what they are. All action, right? They call that all action. If Biden wins,
then they hang up and they're not considered part of the poll, right?
The flag-burning radicals on the streets will be running for, they'll be running your government.
They'll be running for cover? What?
You're running your government. This election day, you must stop the anti-American radicals by delivering Joe Biden and those far-left Democrats, all Democrats, a thundering defeat.
I see. I'm sorry. I was confused for a second. So you're running as a Republican against Democrats. This is your closing argument. You have to vote against Democrats. You folks being supporters of mine who are, in theory, Republicans.
It has to be a big defeat so we can end it. Just end it.
Yeah, they're like, can we end this fucking rally?
And Joe Biden, as you see, is a
and done. Like, hey,
politician.
I'm kidding. It's the reason it's not sound clips. It's not a laugh track. It's not fake applause. It's that he's just so riveting.
Wants to send you jobs to China while his family rakes in millions from the Chinese Communist Party. Millions. And he gets money from Ukraine. He gets money from Russia. How about Ukraine? His son sits on the board, no energy experience, no nothing, didn't have a job. Father becomes vice president. He becomes in charge of Ukraine. Son goes on the board of Burisma. goes
He learned how to say it since last time. I guess they've been watching my broadcasts. Hi, everybody at NBC.
on the border, Burisma, 108.
I don't mean the news folks. I mean, some of them do watch too, but I'm talking specifically to the folks that worked on The Apprentice who watch my stream and go, shit, he's on to us.
3,000 a month. Would you say that's good? Would you say that's good?
Yeah. To babysit $1.5 billion with 4 other people, and if it goes south, those people come for you? Yeah, I'd want a fairly sizable chunk to manage that. Otherwise, you're an idiot and you're getting screwed.
If Biden wins, China wins. China will own the USA if this happens. And they
No, it won't.
don't want me to win. They don't want me. We charge them tens of billions of dollars worth of tariffs. We never took 10 cents from China. And now we can
Okay, this is just,
About-
I don't know where the 10 cents thing comes from before, because it's like so demonstrably not true. Like, you can say, you could make a case, it'd be bullshit, but you could politically get away with saying the tariffs we had on before were pathetic. They did nothing. They made more money, doing it. It was like leaving a tip or something. But I'm the guy who came in and made it really stick. These are real tariffs. You can make that case, and people would buy it, and the news wouldn't shit on you for it. But this whole we didn't take 10 cents thing is nonsense. Because we obviously do have tariff issues with China, and we've had them back and forth for a long time. And one of the biggest fighters against us putting tariffs on China, besides Ivanka Trump's goods and services, would be Walmart, which makes up about half of our trade deficit with China.
Where's Hunter? He's going, where's Hunter? Where is Hunter? By the way, come to think of it, how about the laptop from hell? That's called the laptop from hell.
I watched on my drive. I didn't really watch. I listened. But the last 5 episodes of Rudy Giuliani's, Woody Allen's common sense would be kind of fun.
I'm worried about this whole, Burisma thing, not, there's a lot of business to be done. It's just, I find myself, I get a little indigestion when taxes are done in front of me, if you don't, So, but I watched 5, listened to 5 of those while I was on my drive. And same information, all 5. Yeah, the laptop is the thing. Yeah. I did, because I keep hearing, like they keep going, we're making this case and nobody's listening. I'm like, okay, I'm watching all of it, asshole. Give me, let me hear give me your best version of the attack. Let me hear your perfect phrasing of your perfect argument against my guy. Let me hear it. And it's pitiful. It's ignorant garbage. I mean, it's obvious that Russia hacked Burisma, got some like legit normal, the headers and the footers from some emails, cut and paste some stuff together. There's the pictures Rudy references, Hunter Biden is not in them. They are random, and it is of his assertion that they are somehow salacious, which just means, so you put something on the hard drive, or somebody with you put something on the hard drive. And also, I didn't know this till yesterday, and I did a little tweet storm about this earlier, but Rudy Giuliani had a, the story is, blind laptop owner gets laptop, 3 of them. One of them has a Beau Biden sticker on it. That's how the guy knows. And he's a big Fox watcher, a huge Trump fan, and he personally knows Rudy Giuliani's lawyer himself. And as the lawyer of the president's lawyer, he's the president's lawyer. And this guy gave it to him. Okay, that's the story that we've heard the most. The original story that Rudy Giuliani told was that Biden left the laptop at the home of his shrink, who is a former Fox contributor. That's the original story. What? Okay, so there you go.
And then you see Shifty Schiff. It was Russia that created the laptop.
Yeah.
It was Russia. Shifty Schiff. He stands there with a straight face, watermelon-shaped head, like a watermelon. It was Russia. I said.
As another piece of fruit, you as an orange should not be making fun of someone having a watermelon-shaped head. I'm just saying.
Oh, no, here we go again.
And I would go with cantaloupe most of the time, I think is what you're going for, but...
When we win, you win, Wisconsin wins, and America wins. That's what's going to happen. We're joined today by members of Wisconsin Manufacturers and Commerce. They really helped us with this location. And, you know, we were going to be out at the airport, but the governor made it very difficult. So I said, that's all right, get a location. Friendly.
Yeah, it made it a little difficult because planes need to land there, and they wouldn't let you set up your television production truck that is pumping in the fake laughter.
People.
It was interfering with planes trying to land. Like, flight 275. I got you on your first on approach. Yeah, runway 225. That's great. And I'm getting What are you laughing about? That wasn't me. I don't know what that was. Control. I'm hearing some tower. Are you guys hearing this? I'm hearing some laughter and the same whistle over and over again. Ground, we can't, flight 225, we can't hear that. That's all in your head. If you're having a mental health issue, we suggest turning it over to the autopilot. Now, he's watching the Trump rally on his watch, so he can't.
And your states, they really are. Your state's Chamber of Commerce, and I want to thank them very much. Where are you folks? Where are you guys? What a group of people. Where? Where the hell are you? I met you at the airport. There they are. Good job you did. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Good job.
Where the hell are they?
I said, how are we doing? They said, sir, you're going to win easy. That's pretty good. They slightly know the area.
They slightly know the area? Okay.
I'm thrilled to receive their first ever presidential endorsement. They've been around a long time, and they gave us we've got a lot of endorsements. Got a lot of newspaper endorsements today, too. A lot of them all over the country.
Oh, yeah.
And
tons.
Virtually every law enforcement group has given us the
Sure.
endorsement.
They're wishing
Even
they could
New
take
York's
it back,
finest,
but
they've never endorsed a presidential candidate, and they want to be given back.
yeah, they shouldn't.
We've got to respect our law enforcement. We've
Agreed, but they shouldn't be getting into political fights.
got to let them do what they have to do.
You say Leslie Stahl's family received death threats after Trump's 60-minute interview. CBS hired full-time security for her. I don't doubt it. I mean, because this is Trump's crowd.
Also with us is candidate for Congress, Derek Van Orden, who's terrific. Where's Derek? Derek, good luck. I hear good things, Derek. I hear good things. Derek Van Orden, please vote for him.
Win.
His competition is not good.
Survive.
Not good. And also
That's a hard sell. That's a real hard sell. Listen to this.
Derek Van Orden, please vote for him. His competition is not good. Not good. And also
I'm sold.
Not good.
In what way? Is there a policy thing?
I don't know. Just good, bad. Win. Him win. Him not good.
GOP Chairman Andrew Hitt. Andrew, thank you. Are we winning, Andrew, please? If we don't win, we're going to fire you so fast.
Yeah, you won't be a campaign anymore.
I hear good. Yeah.
I hear good.
Fire you so fast. I hear good. Yeah, just get out that vote. Get out the vote.
I hear good. Yeah.
Together we built the greatest economy
Night,
in history, and now we're doing it again. Make America great again, right? Again. See all those hats? Those hats are obsolete. It's make America great again.
I honestly, I don't think he gets that it sounds like a joke.
We increased middle-class family income over $6,000 more than 5 times the gains made under the last administration. Think of that.
$6,000 more than 5 times the gain. You mean $6,000 more than 5 times the gains caused there. And again, only if you count at the bottom of the recession. Or if you don't count at the bottom of the recession, beg your pardon. If you count the Bush numbers before the recession hit.
in a short period of time. African American, Hispanic American, Asian American unemployment reached their lowest levels ever recorded.
But they never got any closer to white unemployment, which would mean you were actually making some strides in overcoming the barriers instead of just jobs basically went up or people had to get 2 jobs to cover stuff. So
Since April, we created a record 11.4 million jobs. I ended the NAFTA nightmare and
No, he didn't.
proudly signed the
4.8 million new jobs.
brand new
He claims jobs made before he entered office.
U.S. MCA into law. That's going to be a big deal. Just kicked in. Wisconsin dairy
Well, we'll see, won't we? I'm sure everybody felt that way after NAFTA.
farms were decimated under the Obama and Biden nightmare. They were decimated, and now
Decimated. It says decimated in here. It said decimated.
you are doing very well. And
you are not decimated as much.
Canada took advantage of you very much. You know that, right? Not anymore. Under the USMCA, our dairy exports to Canada
It's like lowest black unemployment. Of course, it was exactly on the same track as where it was under white unemployment. So we never did anything special for black unemployment. We never narrowed the gap ever. We just kept it. We kept, if there are 10 broke white people, but they're 68% of the country, there's 10 broke black people, and they're 16% of the country. See how that's proportionally, again, unless they tell you the real number along with the percentage, you're being sold a bill of
expected
goods.
to surge by at least 100%. And we got rid of the tariffs. You know the tariffs? They used to charge you. You didn't know this. You like the song, Oh Canada, right? Yeah, hockey game, nice song. Oh Canada, their national anthem, right? By the way, they stand for our national anthem. Our people have to stand for our national anthem. They have to stand. But Canada treated us badly. 287%
But at least they stand for their flag.
tariff. Can you believe that?
Yes, I can. Because they are a country of like 38 million people. And we produce so much dairy in Wisconsin that if we sell it to them, and it will destroy their dairy industry. And if we dump on their system, we could literally eliminate them as a competitor fairly quickly.
I learned about that. I said, it's time to get out of that crazy NAFTA. NAFTA was a terrible thing. When GM went bankrupt, Biden and Obama...
By the way, there are similar protections for Canadian dairy in there. It's just structural instead of cash.
The workers of Delphi Corporation to the wolves, their pensions were wiped out. I signed an order to restore the pensions of Delphi and others, and health care benefits promised the workers. And these are workers in Michigan, Ohio, and Wisconsin.
Yeah, hold on one second. Where's that? Yeah, Sarah was saying, Hal, why are all the Christians for Trump and talking bad about Biden when Biden is the one that is for the people and cares about, and Trump is the one that doesn't care and is like, well, I mean, he's a faux Christian. He talks the talk, he does the branding part of it. It's why evangelicals like him, because evangelicals are the sales arm of Pentecostal Christianity. They're not the people they're not the true believers. They're not the, in a used car salesman kind of an analogy. Evangelicals are the used car salesmen of Christianity. They don't build the cars. They don't design the cars. They don't care about the car line. They just want to sell you the car that's in front of them because that's what they get a commission on.
That got really promised a lot of things, and it never happened. We took care of it. I will never let anyone rip off our great American worker. Took care of it. They were treated
But I'll make sure they can't unionize.
very badly with a lot of promises from Biden and Obama. By the way, do you see this? You see the people they get for the crowds? Obama was up. He drew flies today. Flies. Well, he drew nobody. They had the cars are honking, right? Honk, honk, honk. Let's go home. I never saw anything like this. They have cars. They have like 12 cars. Now they have circles. They have bigger.
She's like they're cutting to their live shot that they're going to go to because they think he was rounding out of it. And they're like, okay, and they're whoever their on camera person or one of their people who works is like, Jesus, I'm freezing. Can we get over? Ugh.
Circles for cars together. I never saw anything like it. Obama has no crowd. I thought he had like a crowd, right? He doesn't
He does.
have anything. The only one that has
Yeah, we want people to live.
All the crowds is Sleepy Joe Biden. He's got nobody. And the press doesn't like covering our crowds. We have the opposite. We have so many people. They don't like it. But they never show.
No, they show it all the time. They show it to describe what an asshole you are.
They never show that nobody. Joe was speaking yesterday. There was nobody there before they carried him off the stage. Think of it. He got nervous speaking to nobody. But that wasn't nervous. That was another problem. Under my leadership, we achieved the most secure border in U.S. history. My opponent's insane immigration plan completely eliminates U.S. borders.
No, it doesn't. I mean, there's a lot of hyperbole, but that's an insane statement.
Implementing nationwide catch and release. He would make every, you know what that is, you catch a
He's already done catch and release. Like,
criminal murderer, rapist, you catch him and you have to release him into the United States. Then within 2 or 3 years, they're supposed to come back for a trial. We had an argument during the debate. I said, Sleepy Joe, they don't come back. Yes, they do. They proudly come back. No, Joe, they're murderers.
no. The people who get catch and release have families here. They are released into their family's custody. And if they want to become citizens eventually, in their asylum case, they got to come back. And they do.
They don't come back, Joe. I turned out to be right, but, you know. He would make every community into a sanctuary city for violent criminals.
Yeah, how many are we going to get assigned them evenly? I'm concerned. Because if I live in a big city and you give us 10 violent criminals, but you give a small city violent criminals, that's not fair. I mean, per capita, we deserve more violent criminals, I would think. You know what I mean? You send a bunch to friggin' Memphis. What's Nashville going to do?
We invested $2.5 trillion in the U.S. military. You know that, right? You were a big beneficiary in this state. A lot of business in this state, including nearly $6 billion to save the historic shipyard, Marinette Marine. You know that, right? And they're great. I was there 4 or 5 months ago. I was watching.
Yeah, they get to make battleships to be given to Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Sudan, and the UAE now. Great.
They build beautiful. It looks like a yacht with lots of weapons on it.
Because that's what you want.
The only difference is you got rockets all over the damn thing, but it is beautiful. We killed the leader of ISIS, al-Baghdadi. We took out...
So you got al-Baghdadi after the entire caliphate was wiped out, apparently. Why couldn't you get him before while you were still trying to get the basically, wasn't he essentially useless by that point? I mean, is it a big win? He's not going to reconstitute it. You wiped out the caliphate. I mean, the last 4%. But
the world's #1 terrorist, Soleimani, is dead.
Yeah, well, the #1 terrorist because Obama got Osama bin Laden, I think, maybe.
We took out 100% of the ISIS caliphate also.
Yeah, remember that time in was it 2017? You were like, they said we're like 70%. I'm like, can't we get out, please? Can't we just get out? And they're like, finish it. I'm like, oh, okay.
When I took over, it was a mess. I withdrew from the last administration's disastrous Iran nuclear deal. $150 billion, $1.8 billion in cash.
Their money. We were paying them interest on it.
You know what we got? Nothing.
We got they stopped their nuclear program. They are only now reconstituting weapons, and they're getting that technology from where? Russia.
I recognize the true capital of Israel and opened the American embassy in Jerusalem. And instead of never-ending wars, we are forging peace in the Middle East. We're doing it. It's like
Wait, did somebody go, support? Yeah, did we get that one? Hold on. What's going on? Yeah, I don't know what the battleship thing he's talking about. I love the, by the way, we have a ton of trolls today, which I appreciate them bumping our numbers up. That really helps. Thanks, guys. I mean, I know you're trying hard, but it's it's good here. It gives us a good lift.
Get out really.
I mean, we're the little show that could. We just started doing this on lockdown. I've been making this my whole life. I'm a young man. I have prospects.
3 countries already.
So hi trolls, thanks for being with us. You have to try harder though. I know you're rubber stamping your way through this, but you can't just cut and paste what he says. I know you do that in your brain, but you can't just do it in the chat. You got to bring your A game. Come on.
Many are lined up. They're all wanting to get in. A vote for Republicans is a vote for the American dream. We are the party of Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah, totally you are. That's why the Boogaloo Boys are voting for you, and they want Civil War 2.0. And what they really like, a redo of this. You think the South will rise again to make slavery more illegal?
It's a vote for the American dream.
Which he thinks is apparently the suburbs.
Conclusion, over the next 4 years, we will make America into the manufacturing superpower of the world, and we will end our...
No. We're the creative and managerial superpower of the world. If we move some of our stuff out of China, some of it will move here, but a good portion of it will move to Vietnam, Taiwan, and all these other countries. That's what TPP was about. That's what there's going to be an Asian Pacific or an Eastern European trade and manufacturing hub. It's not how you build the entirety of the middle class, especially when it's low end stuff. You want to pick and choose what manufacturing is doing, and you want to do the high end stuff here and the least polluting.
China, once and for all, it's already happening. We will make our medical supplies right here in the United States, right here in Wisconsin.
Yeah, the big insulin factories in Wisconsin. I think the one thing they do have is that some vaccines have to be stored at negative 70 degrees, and Wisconsin is that way, a good portion of the year.
We will hire more police, increase penalties for assaults on law enforcement, and we will ban deadly
sanctuary cities. This is the 4th time. They're just playing a loop. I think the teleprompter is now just the same shit. It's like they run it in a cycle. Like instead of him scrolling through a whole document, the guy just roll it back to the top. Okay, that's the cue. Go back to the top. He's going to say the same shit again 4 times.
Sanctuary
Yeah.
cities. You don't want the sanctuary cities. We will defend the right to life.
Oh, there's only a couple of them in there, mostly on Periscope and stuff like that. Is it like we don't have Facebook today, so they all had to run over there.
Religious liberty, free speech, and the right to keep and bear arms.
Yes. Who would Jesus shoot in the face? What kind of 30-round mag would Jesus use?
It's very important. Supreme Court, you got to do that. You got to remember. A lot of people think that's why I got elected, because of the Supreme Court.
This is dovetailing into Amy, Conehead Barrett.
And we've got already 3 great justices, and Amy yesterday.
Just call her Amy. Yeah. She's a grown woman with I'm making fun of her because I don't like her, but she's your nominee. She's your justice. You got her on the Supreme Court. You can't call her Justice Barrett and figure that your people will figure it out? Amy. She's some chick from the steno pool I put on the SCOTUS. She follows orders. I like her.
And by the end of the first term, we'll have close to 3, maybe more, but approximately 300 federal judges, including Court of Appeals judges. It's a record. It's a record.
And still it's weird that all your people are still going to jail, and you lost your ability to have a charity in your original home state. You had to move to Florida, like every other retiree.
We will maintain America's unrivaled military might.
Will we, or we might? I don't know. Might. My unrivaled military. Might.
We will maintain America's unrivaled military might.
There it is.
And we will ensure peace through strength. So the $2.5 trillion, the greatest rockets and missiles, hydrosonic.
Dude, hydrosonic is a toothbrush. Hypersonic is a missile. Jesus Christ. Look, if it was he does this thing about H1N1, which, Biden always calls N1 H1 because he reversed it once in speedy conversation, and the man has a stutter, and he's aware. Like he's never going to go, no one's ever going to hand Joe Biden a file that says H1N1 and he's going to go, I don't know, what is this? Come on, man. Bring me N1H1. We're trying to deal with a real pandemic. He knows, people know when they misspeak. Hydrosonic is a toothbrush. Hypersonic is the missile. And even then, stop talking about our missiles.
The greatest in the world. They go 7 times faster.
Don't tell, like, I mean, they already know. He's been saying it, but.
Than what we have today.
What we have today. Oh, so that's different. That's news. 7 times faster than what we have today, not 7 times faster than what everybody else has. Oh, great. So as you've been talking about it, obviously the Russians have managed to reverse engineer a Sonicare and make a missile out of it. Super.
We have tanks, we have planes, we have bombers, we have...
Yeah, and we're not at war with anyone.
Submarines. We've rebuilt our military. We have the greatest equipment, the greatest military force in the world. Russia...
Notice he's doing that. Wait, I had this great thought. It's really coming. It's really cool.
China... Everybody, they are envious. Nobody thought we could do this, and we've done it all. A lot of it's made right here, but all made in the USA.
No, it isn't. F-35 is made in 7 different countries.
All made in the USA.
Nope.
Our nuclear is now in tippy-top shape, and
that's is that how you go through and inspect everything? Is this tippy-top? Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Just
tippy top. Is it teetotally awesome? Yes, it is absolutely tippy top, teetotally awesome, sir. That's great. I want that written down. Make a plaque. Tippity top, top of the morning to you. Put that on every missile.
Just hope.
Hydrofart. Yeah.
Never have to use it. That's all.
But if we do have it, we can end the world in a matter of moments.
We will end surprise medical billing. Require price trends.
With the hydrosonic missile, we will eradicate gingivitis.
Currency already signed January 1st. It goes into effect. Lower drug prices even further. Favored nations. Nobody can believe I did it. We're going to get the lowest prices in the world.
It's a commission. It's not legally binding. The commission will look and see why we don't pay the same as other countries. And what they will find is that these countries that get these drugs for cheap are buying them in bulk through their national health care services. And if you want the same thing, you have to have a national health care service or an arm of the government buying it.
We'll always protect patients with pre-existing conditions.
That's a round of applause. Cue the sound effect. He has no way of doing it. And I don't know how a Republican can argue that the federal government can force insurance companies to do something that's not in their fiduciary best interest. Right? In their financial best interest. Correct? Because that's what he's arguing. Because there's no financing for it. There's no money for it. That's what the individual mandate was there to shore up that amount.
America will land the first woman on the moon, and the United States will be the first nation to land an astronaut on Mars. And NASA right now is the talk of the world as a space center. Again, it was closed and a mess when I took over.
You mean Cape Canaveral?
Stop the radical indoctrination of our students and restore...
Does he even know we make shit in Huntsville, Alabama? Does he know what... All right.
Education to our schools. We will teach our children to love our country, honor our history, and always respect our great American flag. And we will live by the timeless words of our national motto.
E pluribus unum. From many comes one. Unity is the most important. A house divided against itself cannot stand. The important thing is no matter where you're from and what your background, your creed, your religion, your race, or your national origin, you come here as all Americans. And that is why I'm saying...
In God we trust.
Oh, that's not... Oh, sorry. That's the shit that's on the money. I beg your pardon.
Right? For years...
And as I think it was Ronald Reagan who said, Trust in God, but tie up your camel. I think, wasn't he the one who said that? Okay.
Had a president who apologized for America. Now you have a president who is standing up for America and standing up for the great people of Wisconsin. That's what we're doing.
Don't say that that's what we're doing. Take your eyes off the teleprompter. Charlie, can we talk into his ear? He won't wear the piece. We got to have a meeting after this. He needs to say the line and then look out at the crowd and absorb the applause. I don't know why he does that. He always has to tag everything. Yeah, I know. A bumper sticker does not work if you've got a trailer on your car and you can't see the bumper sticker. That's what I tell him.
So get your friends, get your family, get your neighbors, get
You think we'll get the boss joke?
your co-workers, even grab your boss if you have to. Come on, boss, you got to go out and vote. You got to get out and vote. Got to get out.
That's not as good as the normal lazy boss story that was there. It's just grab your boss. By the way, there should be like a legalese interpreter. Like, please do not grab your boss. That it qualifies as sexual assault. Please confirm with all your HR available materials given to you by your company. Do not. The Trump administration or the Trump campaign does not suggest grabbing anybody by the vagina unless they're a woman you just met in a cloakroom.
This is a thing you got to do. Just remember.
I'm remembering.
The great red wave.
Oh, you mean the rise in COVID cases?
It's now just starting to form, and they know it's coming. They know it's coming. We didn't.
This is the great red wave, by the way. It's not quite a tsunami, obviously.
Come this far and fight this hard to surrender our country back to the corrupt Washington swamp on November 3rd.
No, we have a whole new swamp of New York mafia and Goldman Sachs people.
We must finish the job, drain the swamp, go out and vote. Can be before November 3rd. Go out and vote. From Green Bay to La Crosse, from Madison to Milwaukee, and from Janesville to right here in West Salem.
I got it. I nailed it. I said the right place. And I said Paul Ryan's district where we were in the hockey rink, right? By the way, my band played that hockey rink. We had more people.
Inherit the legacy of red-blooded American patriots who poured out their heart, sweat, and...
Well, it's not true. We didn't have more people. But everybody that came to see us, and it was a solid crowd, paid to be there.
...soul to secure our liberty and defend our freedom. We stand...
And he means basically the modern Confederacy.
...on the shoulders of American heroes who crossed the oceans, settled a continent, tamed the wilderness, laid down the railroads, raised up the great skyscrapers, won 2 world wars.
It just sounds like he's a muted trombone in an old cartoon. Jesus Christ.
Defeated fascism and communism and made America the single greatest nation in the history of the world, and the best is yet to come. Proud citizens like you help build this.
They're doing this. They're letting everybody know, guys, we're wrapping it. We're bringing this plane in.
Country, and together we are taking back our country. We are returning power to you, the American people. Mm-hmm. With your help, your devotion, and your drive, we are going to keep on working. We are going to keep on fighting. And we are going to keep on winning, winning, winning. We are one movement, one people, one family, and one glorious nation under God. And together with the incredible people of Wisconsin, we have made America powerful again. We have made America wealthy again. We have made America strong again. We have made America proud again. We have made America safe again. And we will make America great again. Thank you. Thank you, Wisconsin.
And now they're going to
Thank
play
you
the
very
music,
much.
and we got to mute
Get
the...
out and vote. Thank you very much.
Ski booby doopy da slaboo ding dong. Lip body doopy doo doo. Go to the thing, and we'll watch it crowd and a clappy clap. Clap, clap, fist, hand job, hand job, hand job. Right in my hair with the clappy clap, clap. Clap in double time, cause I'm on that crack. And a hand job in my ear for everybody. Just, hey, and I'll hug all you, and then try to dance. Okay, they were trying to clap, 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 and we're walking and walking, and we're and now we're operating the gears on a turret lathe, I think is what turret lathe. Clap, 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 clap. Don't know why we're all dancing to this song. It makes no sense. Hand job in my face, and you shoot it and then point, 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 and clap. Hand job, clap, 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 clap. Wave, hand job before, just one for, and down the steps, and see how I ran down those stairs? As I'm mad. Hand job. Okay, great. And I've got, okay, almost clapped my hand job there for a second. Did you see that he did one? He did a curly Joe there for a second. That's good. Clap, clap, clap. Hand job. Point, wave, lean. Thank you. Oh, more steps. Shit. Thump, thump. But only 2 steps. They've broken him up. Bye. And he goes and gets in the beast, and they drive away. Hand job tonight. Everybody gets a hand job tonight. And I'll hand job you, and a pointy point. This is so weird. I know, isn't it sad? And they made him walk all this way, and he'll probably walk right past the car and keep walking again. He does that a bunch. Yeah, there's a new compilation of him. Let's see. Is this going here? Where are we going? All right, we close. How do I go back to the regular shot? Hold on. This is just like here. Okay, that's the main shot. And then we go here. Camera. Just try that one. Does this work? Yeah. Oh, it's a little. There we go. That's a little better. And which side am I on? Where you go? I don't know why this is. Oh, I see, because the framing on this camera is that way. They do this kind of thing. Yeah. You can kind of see the guitars on the wall when I move it. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. We're full on 80s. That's right. Yeah, so I'm going to, I'll close out. Thank you guys for hanging around because it was a little bit late tonight. I appreciate it. It was a good time. Thank you for all your support. Thanks for the Venmos and the Patreon support. You guys have been lovely. And thanks everybody for the bits and all that kind of stuff. I'm sorry I didn't see a lot of it. I will hook up. I will set up the tip jar thing on this piece of software. I was just lucky it worked today. So like making these kind of things go up there and of course the Patreon whatnot. Like those graphics, I can make more of those and then I can pop stuff up. This is just a little simpler here. These are simpler times. I'll work on it a little tonight so I have a better setup here when I need to. Because I'm back here on Sunday. Because Sunday I have a comedy show at Flappers live in their showroom for a very limited audience. Oh my God, they're cutting to people dancing in the crowd doing the YMCA dance, kind of. And they're off. She was off. She did M first. She was doing USMCA. It's a mistake anybody can. His dad, brought the kids down here, She's wearing her Make America Great Again toque. They've all got their matching toques in that family. And then they got the hats in there. Okay. Not quite the right letters at the right time. But, we'll see how this works out. Should be good. They're having a good time. All right. And now we're going to oatmeal. Oh, look, prep food. Literally, how do you like that? We believe so much in the president that we are selling prepper food. The world's 1 weekend emergency food supply. Ammo can. It's a lot of carbs, I gotta be honest. There's a whole lot of carbs in here, okay? So I'm not gonna recommend y'all. It's a bit much. I mean, you do not, let me just say, after eating a whole container of these things, you do not want to shut the bunker door. You want to make sure you got you can crack a window on your bunker if you're going to do that, because it's not agreeing with me. But you can save a bunch of money, and of course, you're going to need this if Biden wins, because the world's going to go to hell, and you're going to need to hide in your bunker and stuff and come out afterwards. You'd be like, You'd be like the Republican version of that Japanese soldier who didn't know the war ended and lived out in the woods, and everybody had to coax him out because he thought he was fighting people for a long time. He'd run out of bullets in like 1940, and he was just hiding out and living off of, bear meat and stuff like that, and then, I don't know, eating pandas or something. I don't know. Anyways. Yeah, they're prepping for, for your discerning amosexual. That's right. I am not driving back tonight. I'm driving back tomorrow. I am not doing an in-person show. We're streaming from their location. There's only going to be 8 people in the room, and it's a room that holds about 300 people. It's fine. The point is, we're just doing a live show to help flappers stay above water until, they can have audiences again. So, there you go. Thanks for sharing your photo on Twitter. Oh, thanks. Yeah. I've almost got that hairdo again. It's fairly close. Yeah. I absolutely, yeah. And I won't be there. That's fine. You're not supposed to be. That's good. Yeah, it is definitely Tron. I have to say, I watched the 3rd season of Stranger Things recently, and so I'm to visit my hair again, and and this reminds me of that a little bit, Yeah, gotta keep flappers flapping. That's what we're trying to do. Ammo can is fairly funny. It is true. Yeah, shit on a shingle. You need some of that. Yeah, have cornrow length hair now? Yeah, I'm not doing that. Oh, nice, Black Richie Rich. That's cool. Yeah, I love the show. I held off watching it for a long time. And then when I watched it, I just fell in love with it. Background reminds you of the Detroit airport. I could see that. Yeah, Sonia, I saw that. The picture of us at the show in 2009. Yeah. Did Trump say Biden be shot 3 weeks in? Yeah, I didn't see that part. It might be another. That may have been during the raining, the one where it was raining that he said that, to give himself an excuse for leaving. Let's see. Maybe. Hold on. Yeah, I know. I look like Steve. What? Ooh. Fresh. The heck? Yikes. Yipe. Okay. I guess not. I guess that's a no on Twitter. So, anyways, I'll post a link to that later on. But anyways, everybody, so I appreciate you guys jumping in on the Mark Kelly thing as well. If you feel like phone banking or any of that kind of stuff, we're trying to pick a different campaign after each stream so that tomorrow morning when you get up, if you can boost somebody, that would really help out. I think tomorrow's got to be about Texas. If you can phone bank for Texas or tweet about, tweet to Dems in Texas or call any family that you have that may or, be on the fence about voting, that would be awesome. I would appreciate that from you guys. So try that, like tomorrow morning, Texas is our target. And I expect a report back at tomorrow's stream. How about that? Yeah, so we helped Mark. We went. Today was Mark Kelly, and tomorrow is Texas. So we'll find some way to push that, because the reality is, and Trump has been talking about Texas a lot because he's nervous because it is genuinely close, and a lot of Democrats in Texas only don't get out and vote because they think they're going to lose. And now they know they can win. They know they actually can turn it. They know they are within, they're statistically, if even maybe 50% of the people who run the thought through their head all the time that, it doesn't matter, I'm in a red state. If those folks voted, it would turn their state in almost every situation. And especially Texas. Texas, absolutely. You need a new t-shirt that says, I spend my nights with HalSparks. That's genius. I will work on that. That'll be one of the Streamlabs shirts. Yeah. Not a problem. But I, honest to God, I think once people feel that's in campaigns, they consider that blood in the water. That they once the electorate knows they can make a difference, it gets a statistically strong enough crowd involved in the election again, and it really does make a difference. So, there's going to be the Arizona super spreaders are tomorrow. Yeah, it'll be very retro. It'll be very I'll make it as Stranger Things as I can. How about that? I spent the night with Hal Sparks every night for 6 months during a pandemic. I spent the night with Hal Sparks for 6 months, and all I got was this lousy T-shirt. Is that where we got it? That's kind of great. All right, I'll work on those. That's some. The graphics have to be nice. They got to be, solid. So, yeah. So tomorrow, Texas. Today, Mark Kelly. So anything you can do between now and when you go to bed tonight to boost the Mark Kelly campaign, that would be great. And then tomorrow, we'll hit Texas before the stream. So anything that you can do either on your social media, reaching out to people, finding if you know somebody who was in Texas and trying to get them motivated to vote, or call, look on Act Blue, look on the DNC's sites and stuff like that. And if you Google how to, turn Texas blue, there's tons of stuff that you can help with. So, yeah. So tomorrow, that's what that is. Okay. All right. I'm going to sign off, you guys. Hold on. I'm not sure I know where I'm clicking. Okay. Yeah. Cause I don't have my theme music stuff set up here. And so I can't do any of that stuff. It's kind of throwback. I spent the night with Hal Sparks and did the Humpty dance. Yeah, but that's only on Wednesdays, Black Reggie Rich. That's only on Wednesdays, or if I guest on Steph's show, that's only then. So, anyways, and Sexy Liberal, if you didn't see it, you can watch it on demand, and you can watch all of them on demand. There's tickets at sexyliberal.com. Next one goes on sale Monday. It's the 21st. So we just found that out. So the tickets go on sale for the next Sexy Liberal this Monday at sexyliberal.com, and the show will be on the 21st, the Saturday before Thanksgiving. So is that my keyboard music? No. It's just background stuff, I guess. On my normal show, yes, it is. Yeah, the theme song, that's mine. I made that. It's me messing around with a bunch of loops and things or whatever. I wouldn't, call it like standard writing a song. Although I did write a new song today, and I may stay up ass early in the morning tonight, recording part of it. So, yeah. All right. So yes, Monday, tickets go on sale for Sexy Liberal. You can get any of the shows on demand right now. They're on Run the World. And all the instructions are on sexyliberal.com. And, of course, like and subscribe, all that kind of stuff that I'm supposed to say that I haven't said in a long time. This old-fashioned software is making me reminiscent for the first days of the quarantine. We're going to come around. I'm going to end up doing this whole thing, with just a camera and no graphics at the tail end. We're just going to bring it all around. So, yeah, I will get some sleep eventually. Maybe. We'll see. All right, I'm signing off.